Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching in the world. Sean Driver, the Red Horde with Brendan. As always, it is a watch-along. It is Pompey, Portsmouth, whatever you want to call them, reference them as. It's a Wednesday match after a whole bunch of games went yesterday, and we're getting stuck in. I can see the chat's already talking. James McLean, obviously a talking point. We've got a match that's got lots on the line. And Brendan, how the hell are you?
I am good. Always excited about a midweek match. And I think just like everyone's talking about, want to build off this momentum from the Coventry win and go kick some butt down in Portsmouth.
Yeah, it's I'm not going to lie, today, hectic. So I'm behind the gun as far as normal preparations go, but we've got the lineup there, and I know Andy sent some stuff, and I was like, I really need to give Andy his full justice because he does a lot of extra work that's amazingly helpful, and I don't have Discord on my work computer, and so I'm not going to be able to bring that up, so it'll be a bit of a challenge. Daz, hi, W&G, everybody's checking in, and that's awesome to see. Appreciate you having here. So looking at the outcome yesterday, and I put it in the description. I don't even know if the description is visible. Foot to the floor. So I went through the stats because almost everybody has already played. Just by way of background, and it's in the description. With a win today, barring like a 7-goal swing between Ipswich Town, if they were to lose and we were to make up the goals, we're likely going to settle into 11th place on the table with a win. An interesting week of upsets and outcomes that there's certainly an opportunity to get closer to the top of the table. The downside is that the middle of the table is an absolute glut in the situation that if we tie, why did I say Wrexham moves to 7th and then with a tie we sneak up to 10th? Because that doesn't make any sense. So obviously I'm wrong when I was looking at things yesterday, and you can mock me incessantly for my failures. We would move up to 10th behind Ipswich, and with a tie, we sit at 16th we'd move to 17th and behind Swansea. And with a loss, we do that. And with a tie, we'd end up moving just up 2 positions up to 14th. We wouldn't make up the goal differential. So it's at the end of the day, we're 10th, we're 14th, or we're 17th. That's where we sit at the end of this one, 10, 14, or 17. Let's get into it and let's figure it out. Interesting developments sort of with Portsmouth that we were talking about, Brendan, just offline before we got in there. We can jump onto that, or we can go through our roster. What's your preference?
I want to just bring up one picture first.
Do that.
I saw on X of Dobson guarding what's his name when he was playing for Portsmouth, the Lion King. Cannon, yes. So I came across that. I didn't realize Dobson had played for Southampton. So Southampton-Portsmouth game I thought was pretty interesting. But I can bounce over to our lineup. Give me a moment.
Do that. I'm just going to go back to the chat here. RKO mentioned the Canucks. I don't talk about the Canucks until there's new ownership. I'm peeved at my club. And does that make me a fair weather fan or just somebody who's practical? The consistent refusal to tank and grow, which you need to do in a cap sport, will limit the Canadian clubs, and especially the Canucks, from mediocrity forever. We will always be an 8th place, 9th place, 10th place team, trying to get into the playoffs and come up with a miracle run. And it frustrates me. So anyway, focus back on where it matters. Wrexham AFC, and we've got the roster up. Yes. So Ogonko in the back, in between the 6, that's as normal. In the back, you got Clueworth, Hyam, and Scar. No real changes. They've listed them in the same format they did before, but I think Hyam and Scar will probably swap between center back and the left back position, left of the back 3, depending on where and what happens, because I think they're pretty fluid there. On the wings, Kabore on the right, Kakache is left wing back. Middle of the pitch, James, Sheaf, O'Brien. Are we starting to settle into that's sort of our role? Dobson is on the bench. Thomason on the bench. Is that sort of what we're expecting here on a go forward? Is that's our best mid 3, at least until Rathbone maybe asserts himself?
I don't even know how he cracks it, though. I mean, you obviously have James in for defense, right? And I
And
think
and passing, his ability to connect and be that quarterback, that relay, to move the baton. If you're not just going to hoof it through the air between the back line, the midfield, and find Sheaf O'Brien or somebody on the wings through, he's the best of the options for that.
yeah, but I think he's
Mr. Barton,
also,
thank you, Steve.
thanks, Steve. He's a necessity when you have Scar out there, right? So you
That's fair.
pair him almost with Scar. You put Scar in the center position, and you tuck James back quite a ways. So it's almost a back four, with those two staggered in front of each other, right? So, maybe when you get back, the defensive line that you want, then you get rid of James, and then you can go more offensive minded or more pressure minded by going Rathbone or Dobson. But true defense, helping cover up Scar is what James is probably giving you the most impact with.
Yeah, no, I don't necessarily complain with any of that or object to any of it. It'll be interesting to see, I guess, what happens when Brunt I guess Doyle will come back first, and what happens with the back line and whether that shifts the midfield three. Up front, I mean, could you do anything other than Moore and Windass after their performance?
Certainly not. No, not
so that one's
injury.
that one's written in stone. Backline, Burton, Doyle's in. So as far as the suspension, he's back. He could have slotted in, opting to go with the Scar-Hyam combination. I think that's because they did relatively well in the last one. You've got Longman and Barnett as options on the wings, Thomas and Dobson to slide into the middle, Broadhood, Hardy, Smith, middle or up front, depending on where you need them. That's going to be the Wrexham starting 11 on the go forward. Surprise Rathbone not in the squad. And Steve, I think the question is he's come back from his injury. He's got to get into game shape form, all those sorts of things. He's had a moment. I don't know if he's necessarily ready. And Berkeley's back in the house. I see that popping in there.
Dave, it's
one of
Dave.
the Daves that I know.
Yeah, Dave nicely.
Can you imagine not playing Windass and Moore? There'd be a riot. Well, depending on outcome, Deandra, right? But yes, I'm with you. Looking at the statistics, and what's the one number that I've been really fascinated about as this season's gone on, more so than any others, as an indicator as to how the teams are playing. Touches in the box touching. Box touching this year has become very important to me. Fascinating that when you look at the numbers between these two clubs in particular, near the worst in the league at touches in the box, far less than anybody else. But also interesting, our XG sitting in a decent position. Portsmouth, it's fascinating. They're really struggling offensively. They've got good goalkeeping. Backline's necessarily there, but they're struggling to goal on their scoring endeavors, and that brings me to another point. Their lineup is missing their two top leading goal scorers. I don't know if you've brought up their starting 11.
Let me look for it.
But there's two. They haven't scored a lot of goals. 10 goals for the season, and they have 7 goal scorers. One of them has 3, another has 2. Neither of them have started frequently. They've sort of been late substitution options. And I'm going to get his name wrong. Adrian Sajesic, the Australian, 21 years of age, who's came out starting. He's had 7 starts, 11 matches played. And Yang Min-hyuk, the Korean 19-year-old, has had 7 starts and 8 matches played. They've scored 3 goals and 2 goals. They account for 50% of Portsmouth's goals. And Sajesic is out with an ankle injury and didn't make the roster. And then a pet peeve of mine, Yang is his last name. That's his family name. On the graphic, they put Min-hyuk. That's his first and second name. Min-hyuk Yang is on the bench. So I expect him to come in late and see what moxie that young kid, he's still 3-4 months away from his 20th birthday, but 2 goals. Other than that, they're not really doing well. And Colby Bishop, their captain, wearing number 9, 29 years of age, 12 starts. He's had over 1,100 minutes, and he's scored Nothing as their forward. He has 1 assist in 1,100 minutes. It's fascinating to see. Mackenzie Kirk, another forward, he has 1, but it's only in 200 minutes. They're just not getting production from their forwards, and the ones that they have, they're out. I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to mess it about, but I think that the key to this one is effort. We're in the hunt, right? To potentially look to climb the ladder here. We've gone through a nasty stretch. We've performed exceptionally well. We can bring up the table and kind of talk about it if you want to, but is this the period where it's time for us to make some hay and sort of assert ourselves in the table, or struggle and just be mired in mediocrity for the championship, which is a wonderful place to be still?
I think it's time to make a move. We want to climb up. We want to get this win, and we want to get 3 from Charlton as well, and then kind of not relinquish that top 12 area, at least until December, January timeframe, where you can potentially make some additions. I'm not even sure exactly where they would go additions wise. But we have plenty of time for those conversations. Now we just got to focus on doing what needs to be done and stacking up some wins. Steve, you're out of control.
Steve, thank you, man. I want to see so much effort that somebody vomits, and I'm the same way. Right now, where it sits, if you look at the table, Coventry beat them, Stoke City, horrible performance. We lost to them. Middlesbrough, a draw. Millwall would beat them. That's the top 4, and we've played them already. Now it's time to make hay against teams that we haven't played against. We've got Preston, who we only had in the Cup. Bristol City's coming up. Hull City, who we also had in the Cup. We've already played Brum. You go through the roster. We're mid-table, playing the teams that were immediately chasing around us, and there is an opportunity with the effort, the hunger, the drive, the performance that we had against Cov, and not the performance that we had against Stoke City. And I think that there's an option there. Do I expect the same intensity to be the same? Tyrant, that game against Cov was the best Wrexham performance I've seen as far as effort goes. Full stop. You got to go back to maybe the Notts County match back in the National League to find where it was just everybody was thumping it up and down the pitch. I think that's a high standard to maintain. I would love for them to do that for everyone, but I also realize you're not going to get perfection every day.
No, but that kind of effort, you'd like to see something close to that regularly. And if so, we'll do fine. So
yeah, and that's where I sit. I see this. We're decent on the road. We're going to get opportunities again. It's a team they're a team 50% possession for Portsmouth, but they seem to be a team that, again, similar to Cov, will come at you from different angles, whether that be through the wings in the build-up, but also just as likely to come through the middle and try to ratchet through. Not a lot of passes. They don't spend a lot of time with back passes between the center backs, so they do like to come with at least some pace in transition. But I think we've got answers for a team like that. The ones that sniff about, don't hold for too long. They're not crazy, but I think there's counter-attacking opportunities. There will be chances. I fully expect that, unfortunately, a couple of times, Bershik, their goalkeeper, I'm going to be screaming his name, and Deandra and I are going to be cursing that the goalkeeper's doing his job. But I've got a 2-0 on this one. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know how good they are defensively. I forgot to look.
16 goals for the season. They're not the worst off. They're certainly not the best. If you go through, and I didn't look up their home and away, but if you
nothing seems reasonable. Maybe 3. So
you're really going for it. If I go for goals against, so 16 puts them. Or sorry, 17. It puts them at middle of the table. It looks like 10th, tied for 10th with about 3 or 4 other teams. Home and away, I haven't looked at Portsmouth's home and away to find out whether they're way stronger at home or otherwise. They've only got 7 points, 2 wins, 1 draw, 4 losses at home. -3 for their goal differential, 7 scored, 8 against. So they're not solid. They're about the same, exact same position almost with their away record. 1 win, 3 draws, 2 losses and a -4 for their goal differential. So
this seems like one of those games where you could put up a bunch of goals. Like take the momentum from Coventry. You seem to be clicking offensively with this group, you know, and maybe this is where they're going to have a hard time scoring. So if there's not much pressure on that end, maybe we'll be applying all the pressure, and it's just a matter of finally getting some goals. I would imagine someone yelled at O'Brien to shoot the damn ball. So, you know, like, we won't squander those opportunities today. That would be nice. So, yeah, I mean, this could be a 3. I'd love to see 5, right? Let's go put a 5 spot up somewhere. This would be a team to do it on.
Whew. Are we getting a little bit ahead of ourselves?
I'm out over the tips. I'm out there.
Out over the tips. I want to have a positive performance. At the end of the day, if the effort's there, I think that there's the outcome that you've spoken to is certainly available for us. We haven't really got the consistency going. Although recently, when you start to look at the numbers, and I went through and went back, you look at our first 5 versus our last 8. 1 win, 1 draw, and 3 losses in our first 5. But in our last 8, we've only lost once. 3 wins, 4 draws, 1 loss. I would love for a run of wins to be the next outcome here, but we're still working on it. And just as an aside, my iFollow's not working. I'm still getting audio only, so I'm assuming that being the case, that it must be on Dazn. So I'm going to check that. If not, I have a problem with cache and all that sort of stuff. Portsmouth and Wrexham. So it's going to be on the big screen up above, which means I'm going to have to stream this to my TV, and I'm going to be looking like this the whole time, which is what I was trying to avoid with my setup. But I can't get Dazn on my work computer, so don't mind me as I move the computer. I'll set that up in the background.
Yeah.
Other than that, what do you
a couple of minutes of Andy's
as far as like, have you watched Portsmouth at all? Pompey, have you seen?
Not really, no.
Anything from them?
No, I can't speak to how good they are or not. I just know that they haven't been scoring a ton. I think they looked better early.
I can't hear you now. Are you there?
I am here.
I've lost you, so I'm going to.
That's what happens when you move your cables around.
Do I have you?
I don't know. Do you?
I do have you. Sorry, everybody. It's just technical glitches, and go ahead. I've left you to hung over to cover for me while everything blows up on my end.
I haven't seen them play it. I thought I saw them get some what I thought were surprising wins early, but I don't remember what they are now. I didn't prep for Portsmouth, but they seem to have been losing as of late, games that I thought they'd be competitive in. So it looks like they're in a bad way at the moment. So it looks like it's a time to strike. And like you talked about, most of their offense is not available. So unless someone really steps up, this would be an opportunity for us to get out ahead and for them to struggle. By the way, I was hoping we could get to Andy's stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I put some of it up on the screen. I'll flip through some of the screens. Did you want to speak to it, or do you want me to carry it?
I'm going to be a little bit behind, just simply because I see that it's up on my YouTube, but as you change it, it's going to take some time for me to go through it.
It's irrelevant. It's just to show the different years, I guess. This is 21, 22 in the championship. Do you want to describe what Andy posted and what he kind of postured out there?
I'm looking at 2024, 2025 stuff, just because it's a 15-second delay for me to get onto it.
Okay, I'm on the 2024, 2025 stuff.
Well, now you've gotten. See, now I'm looking at 2021, 2022. This is the problem.
I rotated back to it.
But there's like a 15-second delay before it comes back on my YouTube, so I'm going to have to wait for it to show up and then end up doing it because I don't have it show up on my screen. And so we've popped up. So Andy, just putting the table together here for the average number of points, which I always think is helpful, especially when you're looking at our last 8, and I haven't done the math, but when you end up getting, 9 plus 4, 12 points out of a possible 24, 19 points out of a possible, whatever it was. Take the average of that and figure it out where you sit on a go forward basis. The nice thing about this, after 13 games, if you look at 2024, 2025, 13 games, and you can find We should be, and I don't see us. Oh, that's last year. 15 points, sitting at 13th, the playoffs being at 21 points, and you bring that as a comparison. We don't have the table for 2025, 2026 up, but I can grab that just really quickly. Championship table. Top 6 and up is 23 points. So, and the top at 29 points. So what you're looking at comparatively is potentially a little bit of a lead out with the top team in the league, 31 points. Comparatively, that's 29 in 2024-25. We'd have to go through the other ones to compare with previous years. Sheffield United, after 18 games, they were at 18 points. That doesn't make sense to me.
So the point that Andy was trying to make was he went through and he broke down the championship, where everyone was, what their points were at 13 games, 18, 26, 36, and 46. And he basically showed, he basically said that if you looked at the last few years, you'd see that regularly the teams in the top 6 by game 13, at least 3, if not 4, were still in the top 6 at the end of the year. And that he thought, that doesn't necessarily bode well for us because we're not in the top 6. And if we want to get in, if we want to think of ourselves as a playoff team, then we're fighting with 3 teams to really climb. Only about 3 spaces will probably be available, is what he's saying. And I guess,
but in every league, you always get a runner.
Yeah. But the thing to me is that the majority of these years, if you look at it, there seemed to be a significant separation between the top 3, and then it really dropped off points wise. Like you can see, Coventry made it all the way up from 13th place, only having 15 points. We're well ahead of that now. It just seems like there's slightly more parity this year. There isn't as much of a gap between the top teams and the bottom teams, especially when the top 3 that came down from the Premier League are struggling, right?
Leicester, Ipswich, Southampton.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
despite parachute payments, struggling.
Right. So I think this is a slightly different year. I mean, these are great trends to look at, and it's awesome work by Andy. I just think this feels like a different year. So,
yeah, I don't disagree with that. I'm just going to flick my switch here while I that with the nice little blue bar that you can see Bristol City being 9th, moving up down to 11, and then eventually working its way forward. Coventry City going on a run. It is true. Those that typically head up towards the top of the table after 13 games tend to camp out up there, and those at the bottom are in the middle that usually get one runner that's going forward. We're on our way out here, moving forward. I don't have any audio again, and this is I do. It's just really quiet. There we go. So we're getting closer as the players are making their way out. But Andy, much appreciation for this. It's fascinating to see. Now that I have this, I want to go through and look at where we're at for our last bit of a run, because what's interesting to me is that average points that he's put together is if it gives you an idea is where are you performing at least short term, recognizing you've got to make up some points that you dropped for our first 5 matches that we had that we didn't perform very well. But it gives you an idea. Are we running as a top 6 team, or do we have to do more? At the end of the day, I'd love to pull 3 points out of this one and go take on a surprising Charlton team. That are they going to be the Wickham of this year? Like, I just don't see them being up there at the end of this season. But it's now 13 games and they're still surviving higher than anyone expected. Do we think Charlton is the new Wickham and is going to be up sniffing about the playoffs for that nobody would have had that predicted?
I don't know. I haven't seen them play enough to know how legit they are. I guess we'll know Saturday, right?
Well, and they didn't have a lot of turnover, right? So for them, you'd expect them to come out familiar with each other, do their thing, and then potentially decline over the course of the year. We'll have to see how that transpires going forward. We're having the Pompey discussion. I don't have my Poppy yet, and our Poppies are different. But the preview photos are up. I'm excited. Just give me the effort. Give me the effort. yes, I want the result, and I'll be celebrated if they don't have it and they still end up winning. But just give me the effort. That's all I'm asking for right now. Yeah, well, I guess McLean's not paying, and I guess
He's in the parking lot beating up stragglers.
He's beating up stragglers in the parking lot?
Yeah, anyone coming late to the game.
My camera looks like it's not in the best of shape right now. Is that just me on the comeback, or is that...
No, you're fine.
I'm fine. I'm going to pause this and clean up some of the load that I'm putting on the computer. There we go. Moment of silence for the placing of the wreaths that I'll quietly let happen. Remembrance Day, Veterans Day, Armistice Day, whatever you call it, wherever you are, obviously a moment to sit and reflect. Interesting, just as a side note. Last post always kicks me in the gut when you end up hearing it. But the rouse or revelry, the one that was something different from the UK, the English trumpeter there. And that'll indicate when the game starts. Yes, I can do that to match with the feed. I haven't heard that, whether that's a different form of revelry. Was that familiar to you, Brendan? Did you hear it?
No, I have that feed right under my speaker. If I have any volume on it, it'll dominate.
And I'll tell you, with the broadcast, they've got the crowd gains really loud on Dazn. So right now, all I'm hearing is the clapping, and I can't make hardly any sense as to what the commentator's making. There was a 2-minute moment of silence. They played last post. They played something afterwards. I don't know what it was, because it's different than what I've never been to an Armistice Day. It's not even a holiday in the UK. That, like, Veterans Day, is that a stat in the US?
Veterans Day is a day, yeah.
Yeah, it's not in the UK. Shocking to me. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. I'm going to have to talk to my wife, Nat up north, by the way, if you were going to go there, maybe I'll put that in later. But we're almost getting close to ready to find out if she knows what that was played, because it wasn't what we normally get here in Canada, or that I've heard in North American sports venues. Like, I assume the US is the same. So I will figure it out. The Dandy
standing next to their whatever that guy is. He's so small.
Oh, next to Kiefer Moore. No kidding. He is just a wee. So we're going right to left on your computer screen. Pompey, Portsmouth, going from left to right. We'll shout it out as this thing gets started in our yellow and greens. We're underway, the Daffodil Special, and I'll give you a couple extra shout outs as to the scores once everything, or the time as everything goes on. Thump down the pitch, push in the back, no foul called, and away we go forward. There's a foul. And we're getting a little grabby to start things off. That was probably fair. Bobby Madley, the official, for about a 5-year stint up until about 4 years ago, he was in the Prem. So he's come back down. We've had him a couple of times. This year, statistically different than what his norm is. He has a history of giving away a lot of pens, above the league average normally, but he hasn't given really anything controversial so far this year. Knock on wood, I've probably jinxed it. Played forward by Pompey to the edge of the box, left area headed out, and Ogonkwo will collect it and go from there. Swirly VE Day, D-Day, Remembrance Day, Victory in Japan Day. That's about it. We don't have the same troop love. Oh, do we have to talk about the Jays? Don't. Just leave it. Ogonkwo back underway. Right footer, 1 minute and 15 seconds there. 1 minute and 20 seconds coming up now. And if Brendan has that down on the scoreboard, we should be able to follow along. If you're matching for the time, no problem. 3D, thanks for joining us as it's kicked down. Scrambly, unexciting play. Long ball one way, kicked back. Long ball the other way, out of bounds. Throw in, long ball the other way. Waiting for Clueworth to throw it in on the right-hand side. Red and white army already echoing in the grounds as it's kicked all the way back. That's Boat who gets it back to Burshik, and it's just one back. Like, we're playing full field ping pong right now. Nothing in the midfielder, no midfielder wants to touch the ball, and that's thumped all the way down, headed forward, and got behind Clueworth. Coverage there. Kabori comes down, 18-yard box shot. Algonquo. That was just lackadaisical defense in there. Clueworth a little bit caught off guard. Kabori running back a little bit late to get there, and it ended up sneaking out a shot. No discussion of the Jays, says the Mariners fan. Well, it'll be interesting to see the offseason, see what happens. Mariners and Jays are probably going to get intimately familiar with each other in the American League for the next little bit. Kakache with it, left side. Through the midfield. This is novel. Pulled back, foul there. Moore got slew-footed. Slew-foot, the hockey term for where the feet go into the back of the legs and you get just pulled.
Oh, man, he ripped his shirt down. How was that?
That was a complete slew-foot. Plant the leg behind his thigh and then pull him back towards you. Your leg has nowhere to go. So you just get whiplashed. That's a suspendable offense in hockey. More dangerous, I think, because it's even harder to be able to protect yourself.
They got to send McLean in late for that. Take care of that. We're going to meet that guy out in the parking lot.
45-yard free kick taken by O'Brien, right side of the box. Can't get it down, headed out, cleared. Is that Dan Scar trying to battle?
These guys are full of shit, aren't they?
Trip and stumble, and Ogilvy. Is Scar going to get a stupid yellow for kicking that ball away? Because that was stupid. Like, I don't get why he'd play that afterwards. there's no card in the foul, right? They're battling and he gets tripped up. He's holding on to him. They go down. Ogilvy wants the card. There's no card in that, but that's a foul. But I just don't like the fact that he kicked that away afterwards. That's just begging for the official to come in and get involved. No spoilers, even though you guys are way ahead of me at 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Matty James dealing with it. Ogilvy comes in. He gets tripped up. 25 yards out, free kick right near the center of goal. Certainly an opportunity for an up and down if somebody has the boot. Although being in that position, I think the coverage is easier for Ogonkwo to get to one side or the other, but it'd have to be a scorcher. Chaplin, mini somebody there with the left-footed option, and I missed who the right-footed option was. Murphy. So that's the two forwards in support of Bishop. Up-down opportunities. It's hard to even judge the effort right now, Brendan, because it's just been so scrambly, right?
Yeah, they need to settle.
Going to be the right footer. It's up. It's not down. Straight up over top.
Still going up. It's an awful effort.
Windus tried to pull out, but it was too late. Drooling Dragon, how are you? Nice to have you here. Like buttons down below if you haven't hit it. Let the algorithm know. We're still waiting for the game, and both teams, to be fair, settling down. And Algonquin just plays it short. And we're going to build up on the pitch, are we? Whoa, that was Kabore lost it and gave it to nobody. I don't know if he thought somebody was there or that was just a missed touch. But Clueworth advanced it up the wing and nothing there. So Scar gets it. He's just going to thump it and leave it for Windus to chase it on. Knight all the way over as Ogilvy was up. And then they had Bowitt come back in support. Did it hit Norway? We don't know. It's still going up. Scrappy. 3-4 people fighting through the midfield. It goes out. We'll get a throw in just on their side of the halfway line. It's just going to be one of those ones where it's going to be some ugly squib of the ball with a mass of people around and an opportunity to go out in a counter that's going to be the difference, because right now it certainly doesn't look like either team's putting their best foot forward. Throw in, Windus gets it. It's knocked out, and we'll repeat.
I like John Olsen's line there. Let's see some magic from our wingers today.
I'll take magic, period. They see good effort, just need to add control. Yeah, that's banged out. We'll get another throw in. If I was Portsmouth and was at, line item per player comparison being behind in quality, I'd want this. This is the type of game I draw up. Just make it ugly, bust their ass, and the press is on, scramble all over, and eke out turnovers like that one from Hyam, who thumps it down the pitch and gives it away. And Portsmouth puts it back and gives it right to Hyam. That's kicked out. We should get the throw in there. Just turnover, scramble, pressure, push. How many teams make the playoffs here? 4, but are you talking championship, Drooling Dragon? 4. Top 2 advance automatically. Positions 3 plays 6, 4 plays 5 in a home and away series, and then the winner goes to Wembley, and that one team advances. Same as what we've dealt with previously. I don't know if I'm ready to watch Wrexham in playoffs. You've seen the previous stuff. Is more getting grabbed and pulled behind, not a slew foot, so no foul. And it's back through Hyam to recycle through Ogonkwo. Heavy pass back, and Ogonkwo kicks it up. It's the press. It's almost like that Portsmouth watched the Cardiff game. And is this a lesson that we've got a problem here. Because Coventry didn't really press us.
You can't take advantage of your keeper because he can't handle pressure at his feet.
But this is what Cardiff did for 90 minutes, right? Ogonko is going to run out and grab and collect that one on a missed header, and he's going to play it short for Clueworth. I do like the fact that Ogonko is getting more comfortable with just rolling it out to his back line for them to play it up.
Looking like garbage today.
Yeah, another bad pass from Kabore. Back to Ogonko, and he throws it over to the other side, and it's now with Hyam up to Kakache. We like the ball at feet all of a sudden. I don't know who we are, but the press is on, and so far we don't have an answer for breaking it down.
We don't see, both of our wingbacks don't show any urgency in the way they handle the ball. Like they stop it, they take their time, they wind up for a kick. Like by then it's all closed out. Like
I got to look up Josh Murphy. I don't know. Why does he look so familiar? Oxford United, PNE, Cardiff City, MK Dons years ago. Shouldn't be familiar to me, but he just looks familiar. Anyway, ball's thrown in 10-minute mark. Moore can't get to it. Windass has a stab at it. It rolls past him, collected by Portsmouth and kicked all the way down. And it's just going to be give us the ball and press the crap out of us. Is that what it is? Oof. Heavy tackle. Reaching for the pocket.
They commit the foul and then they scream at the ref. Who's that little effer?
Sheaf getting wiped out on a heavy tackle. It was right in front of him, but just the egregious nature of how he went to ground and in through his legs. Dazn picks it up. He's at the front. Whoa, he missed the ball too and just went through the right. He doesn't touch the ball here, does he? He gets stabbed away and then right through him. Nowhere close to it. I thought he was closer to the ball until I saw the replay. On the replay, that's even
no. The ref could see the ball was behind his back when he slid into him.
Yeah. Jesus. Fortunate there that it wasn't something worse as far as the outcome goes. Dave says, you'll love this one, Brendan. I miss the Arthur who kicked the ball out of play constantly. I was more comfortable with that. Hey, if you like consistency. Oh, now this is something different. Ball's 45 yards away from goal, and Ogonko's coming all the way out. I don't think we've seen this very frequently. Mind you, not a lot of free kicks in this area of space, but
we wanted out of bounds.
Reds have been given for less. I hear you, Steve.
Yeah, we wanted it out of bounds. That's what I thought.
Also different at the 70th minute mark and the 10-minute mark, right? Rough and tumble, gritty, ugly, schmarmy football. Gritty, dirty.
Yeah. If you don't have the quality, muck it up.
Yeah, muck it up. Drag him into the alley. This is Boston Bruins hockey, isn't it?
It used to be, not anymore. We give up like 10 goals a game.
Well, yeah, you guys are in the tank and rebuild, and then you'll be better than Vancouver in about 4 years again. Kabore, oh my God. That was embarrassing. Loses the ball down the wing, recollects it. Ogilvy stabs it away. Kabore has a chance to recollect, punts it down. Ogilvy goes to collect it again, and Ogilvy bounces it off of his shin and out of the back line for a goal kick.
Please bring on Barnett really early.
I would, you know what? I'd love to see Barney get a run out there. He was the one player in that Cardiff City game that showed to me that he gives two shits and wants to have a go at the starting 11. And Kabore has a higher ceiling than Barney. I'm not going to deny that. But when he's not on,
he looks like an imposter tonight.
He does. He looks
so bad.
And so read the room, and it's a halftime sub as we're playing ping pong at the 35 yards away from our goal between the two teams before we finally
just going to line the ground.
Scar saying we banged heads. The ref saying, I don't believe in hit assessments. And Ogonko thumps it. Hey, he's playing pinball. Ogonko bangs it off of a Portsmouth defender. Poorly handled there. And it goes straight out. Was that Murphy that knocked that out? Anyways, doesn't matter. James O'Brien. Matty James looking for options, and the press has us all the way back to Hyam, who's got to get a switch onto Clueworth, and now the press is on him. Kabore. He holds the ball. Matty James. Hyam. I'd like to be calling Windass and O'Brien and Moore's names, but right now it's the back line and Matty James all with the ball. Finally, we get a touch by O'Brien, and he goes backwards to Hyam. Searching for options. This is weird for us. If Kim was on, she'd be losing her mind. Possession and setting things up. O'Brien through Moore, and he gets taken out through the back. You got to stop. Like, through the back. Well done not to take a foul there by Hyam. He even had the Portsmouth fans already groaning, anticipating. I thought for sure he was going to get that into his. Dave with the memberships. Thank you. Are we running out of options though for the memberships? I don't see anybody picking them up. If you haven't got a membership and you're here, click the gift icon in the chat and hit the little slider, and you should be able to pick it up. What are your thoughts early on this one, Brendan?
I'm not understanding our really crap play here. I don't. Our midfielders need to take the ball and move with it, and they're not. Like Matty James is usually good about knowing where he's going to pass it to before the ball gets halfway to him, and the ball's not moving quick enough through him or Sheaf to get to our guys up front. So
I'm clearly wrong in the rules because it wasn't called, but I thought that if a ball came back or came to you, kicked forward by the opposing team as a keeper, but it hadn't gone into the 18-yard box, that the keeper wasn't allowed to go out and grab it and draw it back into the 18-yard box such that he could handle it. Clearly you can, because it just happened. But I'll admit that was a rule ignorance moment for me, because I thought that he couldn't do it, because I was like, oh God, did Ogonko just do a thing? But I'm going to have to review the rule on that one, because it's been a while since I was clearly wrong on the rule. I'll give myself a pat on the back for that one, but I expected something different.
okay, this has got to be about the time that we settle down and start playing, right?
Well, and the ref's not giving these pushes in the back, right? Unless it's a slew foot, unless they get into the ankles on the pushes on the back. So as far as Moore's concerned and O'Brien, who just went down a little soft there, there's no point going for it unless you're getting, they're sweeping the leg. Portsmouth with some possession, and we're no press from us. We're happy to shell up one or two guys moving forward. Oh, Windass is now that we've set up, putting on some pace, and there's a missed touch there. And why, Matty, didn't you go out and get that ball? I think you had the line for it, but Clueworth easily cleaned up and eaten. Sheaf, long ball, searching for more, and that's horrible.
You can't be you can't be leading more. He's not going to outrun anybody to get to it.
Have Windass or Moore touch the ball, and that's what I was saying. You're a full 60 seconds ahead today. I'll see if I can bump it. No, I'm where I'm at. Oh wait, maybe I did get a bump. Nope, same spot. Damn Dazn anyway. Oh, now, of course, it's going to rebuffer, you donkey. I'm at 18:25 after that rebuff attempt, and Ogonko comes out, and there's some credit to him coming out and getting a ball that's outside the 6-yard box and cleaning it up nicely. He plays it over to Kikache, and I'd love something to end up calling. It's just pass through the middle. O'Brien leaves it there for Matty James, has to pause to collect and moves it on forward. Hyam's in support to run the ball forward. Or that's not Hyam, that's Ben Sheaf. Sheaf up through Kikache, middle of the pitch, left footer! Big stop, Bershik, and that's sort of what I was expecting more of. We saw it at the 19-minute mark, but I thought we were going to have these searching opportunities and shots, and I was going to end up calling Bershik's name a couple of times. It was interesting to see Kikache busting through the middle there. Is a nice little pass and finding the extra step there. I don't know do you think that pass was intentional to O'Brien, or did he just miss?
I don't know. I'm 30 seconds behind. So what time are you at now?
19:15 now.
50?
1-5, 1920. We're going to get a left-footed out swinger from the left-hand side. O'Brien taking it, leaves it short. Matty James, 9 yards, moves it forward, crosses there, stabbed in front, blocked away, comes back out to O'Brien. He's going towards the goal line. Cross heavy, far post, Moore! Deflected, that's in! Moore's cheering. We don't have the vibrator. That looked very much like the goal. And I forget which one we had that. Was that Cardiff City where we scored a goal and it just crossed the line? It was one of those diving angles from Burshik who got there. We're starting to figure it out now. Knock on wood and all that sort of stuff as we build it through the middle. Sheaf to Windass, Moore back over to Sheaf. Deflection, and he's able to collect. Catch and support 35 yards, 25 yards out, left side. O'Brien moving forward, stabbed. Windass, he's looking for Moore. Far post, serves it up. Moore is there, pushed in the back. Nothing given. I don't necessarily think that was enough to end up making. Santiago, how are you? There was a push from Ogilvy, but I just don't like the fact that you oversell it. Oof. Watching that one, I'd like to see an overhead of that Moore shot that crossed. No, I was punched away well clear. From the back, you can see it. O'Brien missed chances, 1 goal, 22 shots. Eesh. I'm at 21 minutes and 5 seconds now, and that's pushed forward. And Clueworth is just eating up all the loose ball. What is Clueworth's ceiling? Like every level, it takes him a little bit to where he has a couple of hiccups and then he just turns into a beast. And we saw that early with a couple of, and it's usually with his defensive recognition of what's behind him. The game against Blackburn Rovers a couple of years ago in the cup where he got beat a couple of times there. And then he figures it out and that mistake never happens again. What was that movie, Outlander, where if you cut off the person's head, you took on all their powers? That's Clueworth.
Highlander, yeah.
Highlander, that's what it is. That's Clueworth. He ends up getting slayed by somebody. It's the inverse, and then he absorbs all of their powers, and it just never happens again. It's now Ogilvy rolling on the ground. I didn't see what happened. We're still playing.
There can be only one.
Turnover, collected, and now the ref is going to blow it down as Ogilvy's still rolling on the ground. Kabore apparently into a challenge. I didn't see it. Outlander. Sorry. Highlander. I don't know. Oh, that's nothing. Ogilvy, get your big ass up, you putz. Goal, no decision, didn't even cross. Full ball has to cross the line, and the technology clearly says that was, in my world, that's 6 inches, but it's probably, to be fair, only about 2 inches across the first line. So not enough deep penetration from that touch in the box. We'd also accept Zoolander references. Ogonkwo doesn't play it long, plays it over to Kakache, who he's going to play it long, and he serves it up perfectly, and Windass draws it back, wide open goal, but it can't get to Moore as it's just knocked away and deflected there by Bowitt. And they called Windass on the offside in any event. Yes, Deandra? I think this is you who needs to go to church. I'm just saying words that mean things. The fact that you're able to digest it and impart your interpretation, I think that's a you thing, not a me thing. Be here on Sunday for Deandra's take on the Wrexham women at home, where we don't know where we're playing from, as far as I know yet, against Ladudno in the Butte Energy Cup round 1. Of course, he's absolutely fine. As to be expected. I'm over fiddling and I just want to enjoy. Life is a lot and footy shouldn't be. I get it. Ogilvy down again. He must have twisted that knee up and he's got tape all over that right knee. It was just like there wasn't. Oh, it's the other leg. Because it had to have been twisted, but now they're looking at his thigh, because all it was it wasn't even a firm hip check. It was just a little, I don't want to say a butt rub to the leg, but it wasn't heavy contact by any stretch. %64 possession, but only 2 total shots. Our XG at 0.11. He's down again. He's going down. Yank him. Hayden Matthews, Jordan Williams, Marlon Pack, Zach Swanson. They've got 4 potential defenders on the bench. I didn't realize that Aaron James was out with an injury. Did you, Brendan?
No.
And suspended players. Aaron James, injured, expected late February 2026. Andy Cannon, cruciate ligament, expected late April of 2026. Danny Ward, dislocated elbow, late January 2026. Elliot Lee, out till March. Harry Ashfield, out till late November. Jay Rodriguez, mid-January. And Lewis Brunt, late January. I've never seen that with the timelines. Fascinating. If you're looking for it and you want to go through that data, FOTMob, just search for Wrexham, and then you'll pull up the Portsmouth Wrexham game, scroll down, and there's a little link to bench injured and suspended players, and it'll give you those particulars.
Oh, he's just a big baby.
Yeah. But they did sub him out. Jordan Williams is in. An extended break. Flicked on, nobody over there. Kabori's there, and he'll just hold off for Agonko to come and collect. Headed down, going to be tough to get there in front of the returning chaplain, and it goes up in the air, and now they've got space, and Pompey is going to try to set it up, push it forward. Clueworth there, and chaplain can't get to it, and will be a throw-in. Fortunately for us, another buffer. So I'm at 28 minutes now. Portsmouth looks pretty atrocious going forward. And with the number of shots that they had, I expected them to be in and around it a little bit more than they are. But right now, they're really struggling going forward, and we're somewhat struggling going forward. Bad kick by the goal kicker, Burshik, and we maintain possession, 28.5 minutes, and O'Brien with it, gets around his man, dancing, curls back, check back all the way to Haim. Do a thing. Let's get her going. Something before the half here. Sheaf couldn't get to it, goes out. Hey, that's our throw. That's our throw. He was standing on the line when it hit him, and he just reached down and picked it up. If it went out, it was off of him. Quick throw, and here's a shot. No, they almost scored off of that. I would have lost my absolute ever-loving mind on that one. Tell me how that's not a throw-in. I'd like to see it again. As I see it, Murphy's standing on the line there. Was it Murphy or Devlin? Whoever it was, standing on the line with their feet. It hits them and bounces out. He just reaches down, picks the ball up, and throws it in. See if people in the chat saw what I saw. Unquote. Shoulder, loose ball again. Scrambled, collected by Pompey. Kabori, get off. What are you doing, man? Sitting back on his heels. He's able to retain it, but that took him like a solid 3-second delay to figure out that ball was coming right at him, and he was the only player in the space. Throw in Matty James. Hey, I'm totally down for a halftime sub. Back to Ogonkwo. Pressure's on. Right foot. Long ball and to nowhere in the area vicinity of a yellow kitted Wrexham player. Straight to a blue player. Pompey grabs it. Petty theft throw-in. That's what it was. Just, ball's right here. I'll just reach down and grab it. No, it came off of you on the way out. We certainly smashed it off of him, towards the out-of-bounds area. The question is did it hit him before it did? And I was confident it had. Subs at the half, I think, is what Brendan's saying. I'm not using a window now, but free kick. Matty James grabbed, held on to, cuddled with by Dazn, who's already got a yellow. Not able to get to the ball. Just slowed him up enough he couldn't get to it. It's there.
Kabore has the luxury of being on the opposite side of the field from Parky. Otherwise, he should be getting an earful of F-bombs.
Underway. Max Clueworth smashes it off of the defender Murphy, and it'll go out for a throw-in. Kabori, don't go too far. Windass back in support at the halfway line to Matty James. Left-hand side. Hyam crosses the midfield stripe. Up to Kakachi. He's going to move it towards the middle of the pitch. Missed by Sheaf and left there, or by O'Brien and left there for Sheaf. Collected. And well done by Moore eking out of possession. Kakachi on the wrong wing gets it over to Kabore. Kabore, 20 yards out. He's dancing, looking for a cross, and then he just gives the ball away. Well done. Kidnapped again. Opportunity here. Headed away. That was cleared by Poole. I think it just went over top of Moore, went over top of Windass, and nobody there. And it's going to be Chaplin for Portsmouth. Now we've got some energy in the game as he smashes it off of Matty James' backside. And it's going to go out and get saved by Portsmouth. Devlin had it. Stood it over from LaRue. You can't call that a foul. Get off your ass, Bishop. Bishop with the flop. Kabore, so much pace. Skews aside, recollected. Windass with it. There's at least some consistent, neat play that's happening here as Windass has it on a recollect and moves it forward. Moore all the way back in support. Matty James through the middle of the pitch. O'Brien able to maintain and collect a difficult one on a pass that came through and left a challenger to come forward. Kakache with it, dances inside, tries to, gets stabbed. We'll get a throw in on the right-hand side. Hey, we're doing things. We're doing things now. At least if the ball is moving and it looks a little neat and tidy. And when that happens, I like our chances better than this scramble, ugly, gritty, defensive muck of a game. Well done by Devlin to be able to get that ball and stab it forward. And we're under control here with Sheaf. And then just giving away. The advantage is they look like us in League 1 and League 2. Just every time we touch it, thump it down and gain possession. But they do here. Cross it, comes free. Pin pulls around. Bishop 9 yards out. He's not going to take it. Goes towards the goal line. And it's headed away by Clueworth, sitting at home right in front of the middle of the 6-yard box, and is able to clear that. That, well, it was just bad ball luck as it just came free and clear and bounced around about 4 different people.
Was that Scar who just drilled it right back to them?
Yeah, ping, ping, ping. No, I don't think he drilled it right back to him, but he just smashed the ball and it bounced off about 4 players. Just watch this. It gets cleared out right there. Oh, no, it did go right back to Bishop from Scar. I thought that deflected a couple of times, but I was mistaken.
That's okay. I'll watch the game.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate you being there. Wait, that's twice I've made mistakes that I'll admit to in a freaking game.
I know. I'm just going to save these. Wait a minute. Let me clip that. Hold
I
on.
don't admit to crap. I can't get away from it. Anyway, as though it never happened, we're back to the game 34 minutes and 30 seconds in, and Morton deflects it down, and DeAndre goes, what was that, Scar? And beats the all caps. Windass. We're starting to show some quality in the midfield, and Windass and Sheaf do that there. O'Brien to his right, Moore to the left. Oh, took the shot and just missed, and Moore was like, I was there. I would have liked to have gone with that deflection shot opportunity towards the area with Moore instead, similar to what Windass served up for Moore to run into. What was he, 20 yards out when he put the right footer through that one and missed? And Moore had his guy beat. The ET suit. Oh, yeah, I didn't wear it.
Oh, he has to take that. There's no respect for him. They're just moving away from him.
Keep him honest, you say? I'm with you, except that Moore had a line and was onside. Opportunity there to push it through for Windass. Oh, he butt checked the ball away to Bowitt. The Bowitt butt check saves basically a breakaway for Windass on the right-hand side. Sniffing for opportunities. They are aplenty at the moment. And largely the change in the match is our midfield stepping up and gaining possessions through the midfield as that's pushed forward to Bishop. Stab and a bad stat backwards from him. Otherwise, we would have been in trouble if that would have got back to the substitute. Was that the substitute? It don't matter. It all goes all the way back to Burshik to collect. Oh, Steven actually thinks that may have been an intended pass, just a heavy one for the deflection and didn't get there. Scuffed shot. Looking for that far corner, trying to lead it to somebody. Have to ask the question. Clueworth eats up another ball and just heads it over top. Bowitt collects and draws it back to Burshik. The midfield is looking really good, Gustavo, right? It's back there. There's this Knight pool busting down the right side. Pass forward. Chaplin has it. He's being challenged. Goes to ground. What? That was soft compared to what's not been given the other way. And I think that's what Sparky's saying is if you're going to call that stuff through the back, it's fine. But man, how many have we had that they've gone through the back?
Yeah, Sparky's like, you're going to effing call that.
Gabalok, vamos, Wrexham.
That official little person there is not.
Hey, Jinping. Just as I say that, I'm going to have to 19 yards out. Thump there, and Matty James out with the block as it was misplayed there. Fortunate for us by Knight. Couldn't get his foot around it. Love having a center back up. And there's the cross into the area. Head in and just missed. It was there for the taking. Ogonkwo frozen, but it misses 2 yards the other way. Yeesh. Fortunate there that he didn't get more on the ball as that was Poole with it. Touch, it wasn't head, it was touched with the right foot, looking to deflect it in. Ogonkwo didn't move. Scar there, not able to get to it, and it goes straight out for a goal kick. The first 25, 27 minutes of the game, entirely scrappy, ugly, nothing really into it. We've controlled for most of it since that 27-minute mark, and now we're into a brief moment of Pompey pleasure, I guess. Cabore's looked weak, but everybody else looking really good. Clueworth, an absolute monster defensively so far. And the midfield for us looking a different class. But as I say that, here comes Pompey again, right-hand side. Devlin, 17 yards out, cross, far post, way too heavy. Cabore can't get it to collect it. It's going to go sliding all the way over. Is that Dozell? Right foot into the area, too heavy, and Ogonkwo just easily collects it. We had it earlier. We've just lost it. Oh, there we go. Interesting take from Steve. Says, where's the pressure? Or sorry, not from Steve. From Steve, and Portsmouth has had better opportunities. Less opportunities. I think their quality chances, their chances have been higher. That one's certainly the most. See, we had the Moore one that was saved off the line, but that one or that one from Knight or no, it was Poole, sorry.
Has
On the
AO
deflection.
really made a save today, though? Brendan's saying how grateful he is about AO, but he hasn't done anything today, has he?
I don't think there's been a shot on target. I'd have to go back up. And a giveaway on a. They've had 5 shots. We've had 3. Go to the stats. Tell me if any are on target. We've had 2 on target. They've had 1. Their shot on target from the left-hand side, that was Murphy with a soft left footer at the 3-minute mark. That's too forcefully through the back. The crowd objecting, but I mean, it's a pretty standard call and rule. You can't dive at a 45-degree angle and into a player. Like, what's O'Brien supposed to do there? He's just standing there waiting for the ball to chest it, and all of a sudden he gets clattered into through the back. 40 minutes, 25 seconds. We'll probably have 5 minutes because of Ogilvy's writhing in pain. And that's a yellow.
That was just a momentum breaker, and it was 100% effective.
Clear yellow. Sheaf will hit that one for. Just cleared out Devlin. Was that Devlin? No, it wasn't. Chaplin going forward on a run, and they just cleared him out 40 yards away from goal to stop the breakout because they had 3 players.
Yeah, he cut forward in front of him and then dove. Yeah.
There was enough contact there, yeah.
Yes, but he made the contact. There wouldn't have been contact if he didn't cut in front and stop.
Well, if it was intentional, it was stupid because I would have fought through that because you've got a 3-on-2 developing.
No, he tried to get that. What a stupid place to get it. I don't know.
Anyway, we're back underway, and it's
that's what this little effer is.
Knocked out. Well done by Kabore there. Give him credit where it's due. That's the first thing he's done for the game. He's at a 6.2, which doesn't make him the lowest ranked player on our team so far, according to FODBob. Kakache's at a 6. God. Can't criticize the effort. Just we haven't been able to clean it up. But this is very much looking like first team scorers wins. Moore taken through the back and not given there. See, I don't get that one because how do you not give that through the back play when you gave it just earlier on, not Sheaf, it was O'Brien, I think, who went through. Sheaf fought through the tackle. Moore, 18-yard box, looking for the cross, not his specialty, and it gets a deflection and goes harmlessly to Burshik. Moore with the cross, not something I was expecting to shout. Interception, busts through, bag pass, forces O'Brien back into the legs, playing advantage. We are moving forward. Windass with it, cross coming, Moore there, handed out for a corner. Won't come back for the free kick off of that advantage being played as we had that excellent opportunity. See, and that's how it should be played. See, I appreciate that because there was an opportunity there to roll on the ground and just take your foul and your free kick and go on. But instead, no, we've got an opportunity. Let's get it up to Windass. He's going to serve it, and it gets knocked out for a header. And had it missed, Kiefer Moore standing right there to collect. Referee on this corner in for a scolding session. He's going to go talk to Kiefer Moore and Regan Poole. Play nice, boys. The headmaster lecture. There's some truth to that. Right-footed in swinger, I assume, from the right side, but I can't see. O'Brien, left-footed in swinger. Here it comes. Good corner. Right along the 6-yard box and high enough that it was coming straight down. Ball squirts around, bangs loose, and cleared. Is Ogonko going to come 35 yards out to collect that? Nope. He's going to leave it to Kabore to go and collect. Kabore holds 2 players on him, so he's going to dance. Dangerous, gives it away. Oh, God. Bishop with it. 2-on-1. Bishop. And he can't get it. Fuck. Kabore. When in doubt, if you can't get the clearance and you're not sure you're going to get the clearance to go the other way, just thump the fucking thing out. But instead, he goes up through the middle and turns it over.
Sub at the 30-minute mark wasn't bad.
If there was ever a call for Barney to come in more, that was it. But Kakache comes back and saves the day defending on Bishop, and it's going to go out for a corner. And I've got to reload here. I want to get that. I want that one. Kakache is
number 9 is forearming Scar, and he's the one that. Yeah.
Bishop with the elbows up.
You can't walk into someone and create space by elbowing him away and then say he's pushing me.
Dangerous. Well done. Kiefer Moore clears header, and it's going to be flipped out by Moore on that one for another corner. Only 2 minutes of added time despite Ogilvy's writhing. Chaplin smashes it, and Kiefer Moore heads that one up over top. Well done, Kiefer Moore. I like that statement from Brian. Kakache is a ghost, haunting the pitch, but not physically relevant. Well, long wins the option, and maybe there's halftime subs that says, hey, starters, you're not doing enough for us, as Ogonko comes out to the 6-yard box, punches it out, cleared by O'Brien. And it's been fairly consistent Pompey for probably about 10, 15 minutes now, which is frustrating. God damn. Headed forward, collected. Left-hand side. Kabore stabs it out. I'm wondering that, like, other than Ogilvy, there wasn't much time to be added, but he took at least 3.5, 4 minutes writhing. What do I know? I'm not paid to be a fourth official. Devlin trying to get that over top of Hyam, not able to do it. It's bouncing around. Hyam steps forward again. Kakache can't get out there, and it's going to be another Pompey opportunity, right-footed, and that's a horrible cross, and it's fortunate for us that the whistle just blows as Kabore is over there after a collision with Murphy, and meh. Brendan, summarize that half in a nutshell.
Oh, shit.
It's not a Stoke City effort, Cardiff City effort garbage game. It's just an untidy, what the hell are we doing Southampton game. Does that make sense?
Somewhere in between.
Somewhere in between. We're setting the standard between great performance where everything aligns to the bad performances due to effort and or capacity, and this is sort of a mix. I think there will be some inspiration. We can go back to the
it would be difficult to play worse. Like they can't let Kabore come out of the locker room. I mean,
well, they could play worse if there was no effort. Like, to me, there's a strategy in place. They seem to be trying to employ it. They are working hard. I don't doubt the effort, but it's just not cleaned up. Our midfield, I think, is superior to theirs. The problem is our wingbacks are not, both of them are not having good performances, losing balls, and they're supposed to be that access out point for our outnumbered midfield to be able to maintain possession, and it hasn't been tight.
If our midfield was better, why can't they get a good pass to Windass? Why did it take, I don't know, 25 minutes before they Windass touched the ball? I mean, yeah, I don't know.
I don't have an answer for you. Jay Jasake with an interesting one. I think the boys haven't woke up yet. They are now awake, and the second half should be better. Whatever it takes. A blast of caffeine, some smelling salts, getting cursed at by Parky. I don't care. But it should be something. It's lunch here, and I'm getting a little bit like scrambly. I'm going to leave you, Brendan, just for 5 minutes, just to run down and grab something to throw into the gob.
Or I'll go over the stats. I'll discuss the touching in the box while you're going to.
Yeah, make sure you do the touching of the box. It's important to make sure that every break in the action. Touching. Okay, we'll be back. Or I will be.
So the stats. Somehow we had ball possession 57%. That's probably what the issue is. We have the ball too much. They had seven total shots, only 1 on target, and we had 2 on target with 3 total shots. Our accurate passing 68%, not exactly stellar by any means. 58% for them. They had 4 called fouls. We had 5. Number of fouls was considerably more than that, though. Expected goals, they're 0.26 and we're 0.16. It's just been miserable for opportunities out there. What else is worth? Shots outside the box, 4 for them, 1 for us. Shots in the box, 3 for them and 2 for us. Yeah, we got accurate passes. They've got long balls and crosses. Only 2 though. I mean, not very good. Thought mob numbers. Clueworth 6.7 and then Hyam 6.7. Scar 6.6. I don't even know about that. Numbers do not look great so far. Some pictures from the game. Kabore, then Clueworth. Sheaf. And Sheaf's shot there. Danielle saying tougher league, not bold enough. Yeah. Swirly saying too much possession means not enough risk taking. Yeah, we got to step it up. We know how they're going to play defensively. We just got to adjust. Hopefully that's what's going to take place, right? And I don't know. I mean, I don't know if there's enough F-bombs to wake Kabore up. Hopefully. Maybe gives him 5 minutes and then yanks him, but I wouldn't give him a long leash, that's for sure. We're running the ball too much through that side, and he's being the opposite of effective. He's handing the ball off and putting us in bad positions. So we don't have to wait till the 70-minute mark to sub him early.
3 occasions of giveaways, and that's not including the bad passes back where he killed an opportunity to come forward because you had to take, Sheaf and or James, and you put them in a bad position coming back away from Kabore. You had the most egregious one being the failed clearance that ended up right on the foot of Chaplin and the opportunity there for Bishop.
That should have been a score. If it was, yeah. Have you seen anybody play as poorly as that? Have that many opportunities to make that many obvious bad mistakes? I don't remember the last player that I was cursing, like thinking that was awful. That could have that cost us or should have cost us. That's an awful play. Like some people have 1 or 2, but not that many.
Yeah, no, it's I don't know what's up today, but it's interesting. Gustavo says I think we're very weak on Kabore's side. That's the open wound for the team, and that's interesting you say that because. Not only do you have Kabore there, but that's Longman's better side, and that's Barney's natural side, and I think that there are options there. And let's be honest, hard on Kabore, you got to call it out for what it is. That was a brutal first half.
He's coughing up the ball, making mistakes 1v1. He's not being double teamed.
No, I correct.
He's not just being owned by a better player. He's just
correct
today.
Yeah. Correct. But I still think Kabore has this ceiling. So you chalk it up to the reminder that the kid's still young and, relatively 24. And so you get him out because you read the game. If you're Parky, this is where you say, what's Parky has a lot of positives with respect to his managerial style. But I think if the constant criticism is out there, it said he doesn't respond in game management live to what he's seen on the pitch. 65th minute, sub occurs. Such and such happens, sub occurs. Sam Smith near the end to run around despite leading the team in shots. 88th minute to try to save it. Like that's what he does. This is a perfect situation. And he did it earlier. Remember, there were halftime subs earlier, and I can't remember what game that was where we all were taken a sort of backward and went, holy crap. He's made the massive changes. I think that was the Stoke City game that we were playing so poorly that he said, oh, we've got to make the changes I have to review. But it doesn't happen frequently enough. This is one that demands manage the game. And you have a player out there who's typically, I'll give Kabore credit, impressive. But he just doesn't have it for the day. So yank him and move him and send the message, and we go from there. Is that going back to why I think I should know? And it may be Josh Murphy being identified there as brother to Newcastle's Jacob Murphy. It's possible that's why he looks. I wouldn't have made that connection though if not for Dez and his knowledge. So appreciate there. Swirly says Kabore's been poor for a few games now.
I would agree with him.
He hasn't been as exceptional as when he first came back. The one question that I had for Kabore, and this is just from watching him in the AFCON competitions, is he has all the talent and skill. It's sort of like Revan. If you remember Revan, we were the one thing we were asking for Revan was to challenge players, to take them on, and do that through the box. Kabore seems to have that capability, and he's done it more in Wrexham gear than he has during the AFCON competition. But watching AFCON, he just consistently reverted the ball backwards as the wingback, got possession, held it for a bit, back to the right back. And it was never forward, and it wasn't using his talents. Today's just been certainly a bad one. So make the change. You got 45 minutes. You're the manager. You're not saying to Kabore you're benched forever, but give Barney, who looked great in the Cardiff City game. He was the only player who was busting his ass in the Cardiff City game. But I suspect we're going to see Longman over on the right-hand side, don't you? That'd be a frustrating statement.
I think they may bring, maybe Barney.
Not boiling up in here. I'm not being negative. He's got it. He's still strong. He has the effort, and he can create chances. But he's given away the ball too much today. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not dead on Kabore. I'm not throwing him into the mire of bad signings that we've had. I'm just saying, let's go. But I would almost expect Parky would go with Longman over Barney on that right side, and I think that would be a poor message to send if he does. I'd rather see Barney get slid in as a reward and a recognition that he had himself a good one and a statement of trust.
I agree.
That's it. Just acknowledge a bad day out. Okay. Yeah, just a bad day out. So let's figure it out and move on. And I mean, for them, it's interesting. I'm really interested in seeing Min Hyuk young Min Hyuk, 19 years of age, playing in the championship and scoring goals. And to be fair, I don't want him to be playing because he's been the only player that per 90 is an actual threat to put the ball in the back of the net. But that would be their answer as far as subs, I would imagine. Steve with the gift memberships again. A reminder, if you don't have them, click on the little gift icon that'll be in the chat up at the top, and you should be able to toggle that in order to to access a free membership for yourself. Bring that up. It should be there. If it's not, you'll have to let me know that it didn't work. Just loading things up here so I haven't looked at the stats. I'm just going to do that just for myself. Man, this is like the Stoke City game, 0.26 to 0.16 XG. This from two teams that are on the bottom of the championship on the no, we're in the middle of the table on the XG, and they're near the bottom on the XG. But 2 shots on target to 1. Touches in the box, 8 to 3 for them. I haven't felt necessarily under threat. Their best chance would have been that opportunity had he have got his a better foot on it was from Poole. And you look at the diagram on FOTMob, he's standing near the left post just on the edge of the 6-yard box, and then they have the angle going straight out to the right. If he would have got a better foot on that deflection from the set piece, that would have been a threat. Surprising that only counted as a 0.09 on the XG. And didn't qualify as a big chance. I'm fully refreshed, still waiting for everybody. I'm getting to zone ads, but I think we got to be getting underway relatively quick here. My word. As to what's coming up, just around us, we're back with Wrexham Charlton at home next week on the Saturday. The following day, Sunday, early in the morning, 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern, 2 p.m. kickoff over in Wales will be the start of the Bute Energy Cup, Bute Welsh Cup, Bute Energy Welsh Cup, so many different names. Mid-table second tier Ladudno visiting Wrexham to take on that one. Also going to keep an eye on the Wrexham City FC Foresters for their matchup. And I guess that's the following week. I don't think they're in the... Yeah, they won't be in this one. They're not in the Bute Energy. They're in the Adran one, I believe. Anyway, we'll follow that one to see if they're able to advance and maybe do another ball draw for the hope that we can get a Wrexham derby.
More cheeky crap from Portsmouth coming out late.
As they make their way, we're out there warming up. No subs. I look down and I see Kabori running on the right wing, clapping his hands. And so Pompey to the left, Wrexham to the right, as far as their direction that they'll.
Does he have a boot in his backside? Little imprint.
I don't see any discomfort from having.
He's on the same side as Parky, so he's not
underway.
Call it out.
Yeah, I will once I get the clock up. We are underway. I'm going to be sitting here waiting for that to jump up, and I want to bring the chat up for me to look at. Rip it, kick it, and stick it. Let's just get one. Oh, Daz with the full-time score. Well, we didn't do that. We could put the sub out there. Or the poll, just 3 options. Who's taking it? It's a draw. I got to figure out where I'm at. I'll put that up there. 45 minutes and 40 seconds coming up now. 45 minutes and 45 seconds right now. And a long ball pushed forward by Wrexham, intercepted, and it's a midfield heading competition. Ping pong back and forth before O'Brien chests it, settles it down, doesn't go to Kabori. Now he goes to Kabori. He's got to come back and get the ball. He's got a man on him, steps it forward over to O'Brien, who's just playing catch with Kabori as they try to open up some space, and Kabori pushes it around and then goes around, gets stepped into by the defender. Is that a sub? No, that's Jordan Williams, who came in for Ogilvy, who slid over to the side of him and leans the shoulder into Kabori's jaw. And a free kick for us going the other way. I'm looking for the poll. I'll get up here eventually. I just got sidelined by the entertainment. Where are we? I've got it open here somewhere. There it is. Kiefer Moore moving forward. Not enough on it. Just going to roll harmlessly to the keeper. Bershik grabs it, collects it, goes the other way. Ask a question. What's the outcome? We got lots of goals in us yet. To win by 2 or more. Yeah, the announcer making the comment that Wrexham, absent of the energy they had as against Coventry. All the way back, Scar across the goal to Clueworth. He's got it. Right foot, clearing it up, searching for somebody to go and get it. Windass can't get it. It's knocked out. We'll get a throw in 35, 40 yards away from our goal. This pulls up now as it's thrown in by Clueworth. Right-hand side, 48-minute mark coming up there. It's knocked out, and Clueworth will go throw it in from exactly the same spot. Smash that like button's a good shout from Bryn. Let the algorithm know that we're here. As Clueworth throws it in, left hand towards goal. I say left-hand side, towards goal, collected there. Then Clueworth, right foot, sweeps it, puts it for Moore to try and get onto it. It's headed out, and we're going to throw it in from 20 yards earlier than we did before. Thrown in by Kabore. Sheaf with it. Back to Kabore. He's got 3 men around him, so he just gives it back to Sheaf. Pushed through the middle of the pitch. O'Brien curls one over to Kakache. He's got Windass around him. Driving towards the other side. Outlet to Windass. Kakache now back to Windass. Tough one to take right into his feet from a short distance, but he collects it neatly and gets it over to Hyam. Matty James, and we're going to reset, bring it back. He is due for a goal, isn't he, Steven? Steven with the shout-out for Max to find one here. Handed away. Is that going to go out? Nope, it's going to be collected. Bugger me. And a nice little chip over top. Soft foul on Clueworth.
I think our midfield needs a goal or two. We need to get O'Brien back on it.
I'm not getting picky. Find me a thing. Come on, lads. 5 minutes is up. Make that early call, Parky. Just to change the dynamic a little bit. Goal kick. Fans upset saying that there had to have been a foul, but that was a flop to try and encourage a call, knowing that it wasn't going to be getting the ball. Norwich comes back and ties it up with Sheffield. Find your way. Find a way. Oh, opportunity coming. I hope this wasn't a prediction the other way. Cross. Oh, just missed. Ogonko didn't go out and grab it, so it'll be a goal kick as it flashes through the 6-yard box. One of those short. Was that a shot? Was that a pass? Was that looking for a deflection in the middle? It looked like that was leaving it there, hoping Bishop could get up to it, and just too much. Like a crazy lob from way back, Martin, Steve. One that's going to bounce around and make its way in from 65 yards out. Why didn't Ogonko just score it here? A two-hopper. Headed back, throwing for us 45 yards away from goal, and it's just looking more continued scrambly. Ugh. That being the legal term for this sort of style of play. Ugh. Moore thrown towards him, can't maintain possession. It comes back. Bershik's going to grab it. He's got his outlet, but he decides not to take it. Big thump down the middle of the pitch, and Bishop able to head it back, and Pompey gets control. Cross headed there. Clueworth, weak clearance, sort of off his knee awkwardly. 20 yards out, still searching Pompey over to the right-hand side. Devlin pushes it forward. Williams, defender. It's free. It's clear. Block deflected. Another opportunity. And Jeepers Creepers. Scramble messy. What the hell? As Murphy gets a hammer of a shot blocked, comes back to him. Hammer of a shot again. And it gets cleared out. And
Please sub out Kabore.
Kabore just with the bad clearance right to Murphy's chest, who takes it down and says, thank you very much, and thumps the first one free and clear. Clueworth, I think, got the block. And then the second one, Kabore and Ogonkwo make the claim, and that one's put out. Bishop falls to the ground, gains it. It's up in the air, collects it. Matty James not able to get it, and we'll go with another corner. Thanks, John. 30 short corner into the area. It's there, more able to head it up. Ogonkwo collects, and let's go the other way, lads. Enough. Kabore's just killing opportunities, and then he's giving it away when you have an opportunity. And Ogonkwo, if he hasn't kicked one out, he's taken to something new. He's thrown one out. Screams at himself as Bersha collects, and Windass is up there. Was that a save or a scramble? Like, I thought that was a block. And the second one was sort of a Kabore AO loose ball, missed opportunity, try to collect the ball, and it gets knocked out. Doesn't matter. Ball doesn't cross the line, but not really instilling any confidence here. And Pompey is on the front foot. Here they come again on Kabore's side. Chaplin beats him, and the long shot just around Kabore. Lackadaisical defending. Murphy's schooling Kabore. That one, Kabore just gets beat on a cutback towards the line. Watch this cutback, and he's going to go here. Kabore not able to recognize, and
if we lose this in a goal shortly, it's going to be Parky's fault. He's got to make a sub.
You got to read the play. That was a great save AO on that one. Is we're going to get yet another corner here from the left-hand side. Even just to change the fucking tone. You've come out at half, and he said this during interviews. He doesn't like to make halftime subs because he wants to give his players an opportunity to get a run, right? And employ what they've been talking about before he ends up making the change. Okay, so it's been 10 minutes. They're not there. It's time. Here comes the corner from the left-hand side, right-footed in swinger, whistles blown, still waiting. Here it is, served up, far post, served, headed. Oh, Gonkwo! How did he save that one? What the hell was that? Header right down to his knees. Accidental, on purpose, right in possession. Luck is all shit. I don't care. But he stops it. Did he react, or did that just hit him in the knees? I don't care. On the corner, moves over, and yeah, he did make get himself over further to his left to make that save as it falls to the ground and makes the stop. Jesus crikey, Ogonkwo. Parky.
Yes, I mean, it was Adam. He didn't move at all. I mean, that the other save, the one previous to that, was a great save.
Was it the one that Chaplin took around Kabore that he had to
get far that should have been in. That would have been in.
Oh no, another turnover on a clearance, and Ogonkwo with another save.
You got to break up the momentum. You got to do a sub.
You're getting spanked for 11 minutes now. We're getting butchered, and we've seen this in Stoke City. We've seen this with Southampton. We've seen this with Cardiff City. And when this is happening, you've got to take control and manage the game. I'm all for giving the players the opportunity to be able to find something, but it just gets ridiculous and frustrating when you see the same pattern over and over and over again.
Why is it our guys are surprised that they have someone on them? They just turn and blast into people, or
you brought the crowd into it for. I don't have an answer to that, Brendan. It's the desire to want to do something rather than just the safe play to get it out. And then the mistake that happens is Matty James now, 1-on-3, gets it free and clear. That's Hyam running down the line. Opportunity, tackle, and well stripped, and we're able to collect it. Come backwards. Matty James over to Kakache, draws it back. Hyam's there, going to swing it all the way over to Clueworth on a switch. Presses on. Clueworth settles down. Sheaf in the middle, flicks up. Moore comes back. He's not able to get there. Referee doesn't go with the flop, and it's just a turnover. Come on, Moore, you got to fight through some stuff. And instead, it's Murphy all the way over Bishop, and it's going to be another corner. Parky! Like I'm screaming here from Canada. Manage the fucking game, man. Windass thumps it up. O'Brien, short corner that didn't work, and they turn it over, and it's knocked out, and O'Brien collects it. Well, collects it or steals the ball out of the Pompey coach's hands, and away we go. Sheaf, Kakache, Kabore's all the way over on the left-hand side in support. He's taking on Knight. Wrong foot, wrong side, wrong foot. He's got the left here. If he can get to it, he kicked it out. Did he get that cross in? I thought that rolled out. I think that's a mistaken call, but I will take it. Good job, Kabore. I thought he kicked that ball too far forward and it went out, but did this go across the line?
Nah, it looked like it was out.
I think it did go out of play, and that was just Kabore. I take it back. Too far down the line, can't get to the ball in time, and just a straight giveaway for a goalkeeper to take it. Ogonko carrying the game, which is sad. We've got the quality in the midfield. We've shown that already today. The reality is that wing support, when you only have your three midfielders and you're playing against a team that's got a mob in the middle, and we're outnumbered in the middle. Oh, is that going to be a corner? Deflected, knocked away? Oh, no, it's going to be a throw-in by Scar. Dangerous. If he didn't got any more of that, it was going in the back of the net. Manage the game. We're getting swarmed. They're mobbing us. And they shouldn't be. And we're just taking it. No look to try and do something else. Just call on the personnel. And you know what? Fair enough to the players on the pitch. You got to be putting in a little bit more here. You got to be stepping up, not getting overwhelmed, and find a way to move the pendulum the other way. But at the same time, if you're seeing consistently that we're not doing it, then change it. Moore all by himself because everybody was back defending the corner and the throw. And so we're all scrambling forward, and Pompey collects it, and they've got it. Devlin over to LaRue. Left-hand side. Here they come again. It's just, we've seen this. We've seen this. We're getting swarmed, and we're sitting back in a shell waiting for whatever it is to be that's going to crack through. Matty James draws it back. Clueworth. Heavy pass. Oh, still stays in. Windass, can he keep it? He can. He's got more in the middle onside. Give it to him. Passes through. Oh, not enough stank on it. Allows the defender to come back and dive away from that one right in front of Moore. Come on. Come on. Scar through the middle of the pitch. Bounces around for Chief. He can't control it. Matty James tries to collect it, and it's just a giveaway. Yellow jerseys rolling back in position so that we can just embrace the continued blue wave that has been occurring as Chaplin draws it back to Devlin. Stabs it through. Is that Murphy on that side? Bishop standing there. He goes for the flop, trying to draw a penalty. Another flop there, trying to draw the penalty. Chaplin spinning in front of the box. It's over to the left-hand side. Murphy dancing, beats Kabore. No, Kabore got the stab. I thought he was around him, but last little flick, and Kabore collects it, and he just thumps it down the middle of the pitch for Moore. Come on, sir. Finally. We're going to take it quick. Give it to him. We're in on a break. O'Brien finds the keeper, Burshik, with the amazing save. He could have gone left and right. When he comes out that far, you stick handle like in hockey. You dribble for the open space. Instead, Burshik comes out 17 yards on a breakaway, brilliantly, quickly taken by Windass. Gets it over to Kakache and finds O'Brien. He's on a breakaway, 18 yards away, and doesn't recognize that Burshik's on the ground and just thumps it right into him. You either go left or right, or you flick that over top, but instead he just toes it right into him. What the flying goal. Ah! At least we did a thing. At least we did a thing. Well, he can't pass it, but he could have just stabbed that left or right and gone around the keeper.
He misses way too many.
Yeah,
what
at
appear
some
to be
time give him
automatics.
at some time give him a yellow for a simulation. Like that's Bishop's third obvious non-touch flop. Yeah, you can't get him off. He's too good through the midfield. Like the reality with O'Brien is what do we have? Is we've got that he's our best midfielder. Ball control, settling the ball down, dribbling with it, in support of the forwards. He's our guy to be that link. But the problem is if the ball ever squirts loose to him and he's being asked on to score, he doesn't have it. Like watch this flop. Like what the flying hell is that? Bishop runs into Scar and then dives on the deck.
He wasn't even near the ball.
No, you give that would either be an investigation or obvious evidence that the fact that the EFL hates the Welsh.
I just don't understand why the league won't find guys like that and trying to clean up the game.
Simulation. You all right? Bryn's asking Deandra to make sure she's there. Flicked up, over top, knocked out, throwing for us. Whoa. Okay, throwing for them. Again, this is that petty theft of a throw. Bishop gets it over to the right-hand side. Opportunity here again for Pompey. Devlin, right shot, deflected, comes loose, left-hand side. Ogonko doesn't have to get up and make a save. I thought he was going to be asked to make one for Murphy, who was busting down on the left-hand side. Didn't have to, as Kabore got over there and made a defensive play to clear. And 65th minute's coming, and Parkey, you shot the bed on this one, my friend. You've shot the bed on this one. We're desperate for a change. Desperate for a change. Kicked all the way back to Bershik, who's going to set up. Morgos chases it down. 64 minutes. Thump down the entire length of the pitch, and nobody gets the ball, including Kabore. Goes in, cut back pass, and that's going to go for a corner because Kabore didn't go out and get the ball when it was available for him, and instead left it for the defender, the substitute, Williams, to come in and grab it. So you tell me, can Kabore read this? Can Kabore read that and go and intercept that before just...
He should be reading it from the bench. Yes,
right,
he should be all over that.
Swinger. Dangerous, headed away by Cleaver Moore. Fortunate for him, only person in the area. Windass knocks it on, and Moore's got some space. He's going to run up there. Not the speediest guy. He's going to try and advance it. It's a giveaway. Police officer that found out that the password to the Louvre security camera was Louvre. Dobson. Really, that's the change? I mean, yes, you've got to take off the guy who's had the yellow card, but the midfield hasn't been the fault in this one. It's Kakache and Kabore in their role in giving... They have three jobs. Be there for the crosses and the attacking position. Be there as an outlet and support of the midfield. Because we're outnumbered, you've got to fill in that gap and be there to get there on the back line. And yes, that means running the whole length, but you're involved in all three sections. And right now, both wingers in the middle of the pitch have been atrocious.
This is not the sub I would want. Like,
you have to pull them out for the yellow card, but I would have probably done it later.
This isn't unlocking anything. It's certainly not unlocking offense.
No. Giving away there. It's just a protection. It's just a protection of a future suspension.
Just one person, and Kabore didn't come off.
We wasted a window, and yes, Kabore didn't come off. So we know we're not going to get another sub now till at least the 74th, 75th minute. And it's just absolute bullshit. The thing is like I sit here as a relatively new guy to soccer, 2019 football, to football and the EFL, and you sit here and you watch Parkey, who I'm not Parkey out mentality by any stretch of the imagination. Doesn't fit in my lexicon at all. He's tactically sound. He gets the guys going. He deserves a lot of rope for what he's done. But he has everyone continues to question his game management. And you've seen this script drafted before this season a week ago. And he doesn't adjust his formula to read the fucking game that's being played on the pitch in front of him.
How bad would Kabore have to? He can't play any worse. Like,
no, he can't play any worse.
Does he have to break a leg for you to sub in Barney? Why is he even on the bench then? If you have no intention of subbing him in.
O'Brien, this is a good show by Stephen. O'Brien is a masterclass in midfield. It's into the box. Let me come back to this. It's knocked back from, and it's Kabore. Far post cross. Moore can't get to it. Can Kakachi save it before it goes out? It'll have to be a throw-in for us. O'Brien is a masterclass in midfield, and he's not a scorer. Is there anybody who disagrees with me with respect to Parkey and his game management aspect? Because I'm all for it. If somebody was the positivity, he does it. I like this. We're at least guaranteeing an away
Bryn
draw.
has been sickeningly positive today, so maybe he'll say Parkey's the best.
I mean, is there something to say, hey, you go away anywhere in the championship and you eke out a point, and that's good enough, and so we're preserving that point, and he's managing the game to make sure that we get there, protecting the future by pulling out Sheaf instead of Dobson, and we've got a strong defender on, and we're good. Yeah, possible, but I mean, is he fragile, Kabore? Because you got to put the kid gloves on the man. I mean, I don't think that's Parkey's mentality, so that's why I just don't think it fits. But Gustavo, definitely a possibility, I guess, is Dobson. A nice little disruption there, and then Kabore clears out his man, and that'll be his yellow, so now he's got to get subbed. No? He just completely went through the legs of the sub Williams. And yeah, he's being signaled over, either for a talking to or a yellow. Yeah, that's a card. Can't deny it, can you? He missed the ball and just went straight through his ankle. Same thing that Ben Sheaf did. Sometimes it's a yellow. Got to protect him now on that right side.
It's the best thing that could happen for us.
Yeah, to be fair. It's sad to say it, and I don't want to be like. I still think Kabore's got a high ceiling, but this is especially with young players when they've got it and the moxie is on. You keep them and you let them run, and some days they come out and for whatever reason they're just not into it, and you let them sit.
I don't understand this wall setup. I mean,
oh, danger, and it's cleared away there. Was that Clueworth with the right foot to get the clearance? Ogonko man of the match or Clueworth? That's the debate for me. Or the 92-minute added time goal scorer. Dobson loses the ball. But is that saying there's the unwritten expectation that you're going to play him so many minutes becomes a rising obligation? I'm not saying that Kabore shouldn't start the next match. What I'm saying is on the days where he ends up looking like he's not got it, you just end up moving him out. Because the problem is we're turning too much stuff over. Now, he's not fully to blame for the last, 25 minutes of Pompey just bringing it to us and us not really having an answer other than O'Brien's opportunity. There's a lot of team dynamic in that as well. But that also begs the question of why is Dobson, the only game management decision as a sub? And Matty James steps in front of Williams and grabs it, kicks it back to Ogonko. Pressure's on. Ogonko delivers it back to Matty James. We got 3 on. Clueworth, Matty James. We're there free and clear, wide open right in front of the box. We're in trouble. And Dan Scar clears it out for a corner. Like, am I watching a different game than Phil? Am I watching something completely, like, does he think that there's a remedy and that we've got a pathway to 3 points here? Does he think that we're even going to hold on to 1? What is going on? Right, left-footed in swinger, right side, headed and cleared. Fortunately, Pompey completely anemic in goal, but you keep knocking on the door this many times, and you're going to get answered. And here's another corner for Pompey over on the left-hand side. We've seen this shit before, Phil. I know. I don't get it. I don't get it. One day you will learn. Bishop and Scar pick up yellow for their continuing pushing and grabbing and hugging and cuddling. I actually don't want Bishop to go out. Just give them both yellow. Make it a 10-on-10. Open it up a little bit. Maybe are we riddled with minor injuries and knocks that I don't know about?
Why are they on the bench then? Why is Bishop and Long?
Because you got to put some names on the bench, I guess. Cleared away, stabbed forward, and we've got a breakout opportunity. More bust in it. That's the effort I like to see. Can we get him the ball? He's running a post towards the sideline. He grabs it running towards the corner flag, and it's just nicked away from him. I love that effort, though. Thank you, Kiefer, for humping it. And now we've got possession through Hyam and maybe something going forward from Matty James. It's the only option they had was just to clear. So let's push him back, punch him in the mouth. Through the middle, Windass has it. Right-hand side, looking for Kabore. He goes through. Nice little drag to keep the ball there. Kabore, all we've said is, can he score? No, he bangs it off the defender. Knight flopping, and it bounces around. Kakache can't collect, and it goes out for a clearance. I would have said that would have been perfect poetic response. Phil would have said, like, Exhibit A as to why you keep him in. Here's his goal.
I disagree. Even if he scores a goal, that doesn't justify.
Still played like shite.
No, absolutely not.
I get it. But it still would have been Exhibit A. Kabore, I don't know what that move was. Is he hurt? Oh, no. I still don't want that. He moved around his Williams, the defender, and then ran into him, and now he's on the ground, and here comes Pompey the other way, and that's going to go for a corner or a throw. A throw. If Kabore would have scored, I would have lost my damn mind. No kidding. And Kabore's up, and he's running, so he seems to be okay.
Who cares? I'd rather he stay down and force Parkey to take him off.
75th minute. Subs have to be coming. And a triple sub. Ah, damn. I guess we beat Coven. We think this game is easy. Don't have to put the effort in. And to be fair, this isn't the Stoke City match. Like where nobody's moving and I'm sitting there screaming because nobody's moving their feet. This is just not having it, being just a little bit off and just that little late drag, not able to maintain possession. It goes the other way. And now you've got Williams with the ball on the left-hand side. Kabore coming out, taking on Murphy. Murphy cross, it's in, deflected by Bishop and saved by Ogonkwo. Scar's in the consideration for man of the match. Yeah, he's made a couple of the disruption on Poole on that shot. The takeaway there. And there's another one where we're just not able to maintain possession as O'Brien can't clear, but we nick it back. Windass. 4 minutes. 14 minutes away from the end of the game. And I don't think we've entered. As Kabore just stepped on the ball and fell to the ground. Now he maintained possession, but it just gives you an idea that he's just not on. He's just not on. And that lead pass, not his fault. Subs, please. No. Blown down to check. The liner wanted to check with the player, with Williams. It might have taken a shot to the nose. O'Brien is off. We know that much. I'm just looking to who's coming in. Broadhead came in. I'll take that as he's got the ability to completely change the game as a super sub in short order. Thomason is on. No sub for Cabore.
There's no excuse for that.
So O'Brien went off. And I assume that's Broadhead who's come on for him. Thomason's come on. I don't know if he's removed from the back three or put Thomason back there, or Thomason's in the middle of the pitch. Or Thomason came in for Windass. Still watching that as Cabore comes down and tries to nick the ball away. Murphy gets it back. Pushed forward. Nice little run by Williams, and it's crossed, and Clueworth has to knock it out for a corner. Like, it's just, we fucking suck. Like, if this isn't effort, then this is ability. And we're just playing like dog's breakfast right now. And I want to be the positive guy and say that there's an opportunity to turn it around. But I don't know. Cross, far post, headed away. Cabore able to go and grab that one. He's looking for support, gets the pass up to Kakache, gets it back to Cabore, and we've got yellow jerseys going forward, and Cabore just recycles. Hyam. Over to Clueworth on the right-hand side. Dobson's got to fill in over on the side for Cabore, who's jogging across the pitch on a 45-degree angle and still not there, so we just maintain possession on this side and wait. There's the ball. And why? Max, you know that Cabore is on the left-hand side of the pitch. And so if you're playing catch, that's fine. You either go for a switch to the other side because you've got Cabore over there with your players in their regular position. The one thing you can't do is drill the ball on the ground towards the area where you can see Cabore is looking to try and fill it. And am I happy that Cabore, granted it's the 79th minute, is in a slow jog through the middle of the pitch? No. But yes, we're parking the bus at 0-0. And I don't think it's by necessity. It's just that we just can't crack through the midfield. What we were doing for the 20 minutes of success we had in the first half was bossing the ball in the midfield, had our support on the wings, being able to push it forward for opportunities, and we had those. That has largely gone. And in lieu of that, we're just, whoa! Hyam. I think that was more just awkward than it was a foul, as they go in the air and they get collided into, and Hyam lands square on his back. Thomason just drew in now, Amos, and I'm not 100% certain who he came in for. Windass went out, O'Brien went out, and it looks like I think he's just subbed into play in Windass's position, but I'm keeping an eye out. Was that him there? I will keep you updated as we go forward. More Broadhead. No, Broadhead in Windass's position, and he gets trampled into, and it'll be a free kick for us. You think it's just a fact that they changed their structure as far as their attack? Because I don't necessarily, but I don't. Maybe it is. Smash and grab 3 points. Just do it. Two things potentially that I would suggest. The key one being press on the ball, similar to Cardiff City, similar to Stoke City. More press on the ball by Portsmouth. Cove didn't do it that much. And so maybe we just can't handle that pressure with what we've got. Personnel or formation, you can make the decision is, they're going to eke that out. And thank goodness. Hyam, block on that one. And now we've got a counterattack going the other way. 4 jerseys moving forward. I believe that's Thomason, who's grabbed it left-hand side, stumbles and loses the ball. Hyam, nice little effort down the wing to go and grab that and collect it. I mean, is that play not the definition of how today has gone? Is you've got the opportunity, Thomason into open space, fresh body. You think he's going to do something with all that reserve, and instead he just miskicks it and coughs it up.
We have 6 shots. That's all. 6.
No, Thomason replaced O'Brien in the middle. Broadhead replaced Windhass up front, and I think that's the only change. Dobson obviously coming in for Sheaf earlier than that. So you've got 33 Broadhead running with more up top. Fuck. Bershik, long clearance, headed away by Dan Scar, advanced on further by Thomason. Pompey runs onto it and thumps it the other way. Clueworth looking to collect, and let's do something here. Kabore kicks it out of bounds. Just right foot looking for a pass up to Broadhead, and puts it at a 15-degree angle instead of a no angle, and it just rolls out. So Pompey collects and moves it forward. Bow it all the way forward, their defender into the box, and he's there with Murphy. Right footer, blocks Scar. Scar's been everywhere. Moore tried to get it on a back heel to Broadhead, but missed it, and then has a patty in the middle of the pitch instead of chasing it down. But it allows Pompey to get away from the midfield without any threat, and they thump it, and Ogonko makes a save and almost squirted that one out. Chaplin with a left footer from 20 yards out. We are still caboring. Kabore is still caboring. Broadhead with it. Kabore to his right, 35 yards out. Waiting for some yellow kit to maybe appear. Comes back to Clueworth in support. Dobson, Clueworth, 35, 40 yards out. Dobson. Matty James in the middle of the pitch. He's going to go back to Dobson. Dobson backwards to Dan Scars. Settled in nicely into the center of that back line. Now it's over Hyam, left-hand side. Hyam up. Kakache comes back. Thomason in a bad pass, so he sends Kakache to go and collect, and we've got to go backwards because the press pushes us back. Broadhead through the middle now. He's got it. Far right-hand side. Clueworth moving forward, fakes the pass, instead goes to Broadhead. And now it's Kabore, right-hand side. Leaves it to Dobson, goes on a run, and Dobson curls the other way and runs towards the middle of the pitch. He's got Kakache running through the middle. Nice little pass over top. Kakache, can he get it? Offside. That wasn't fucking offside. Not on contact. He curled that thing back behind. He was way onside. Watch. Oh, he was offside. I thought he curled back on the contact. Williams. Sorry, he was on the other two, but Williams, he was onside. What do you guys got on the near guy? I'd like to see that one again. Not for the two that were closest to him, but for Williams over by the touch line. I thought he'd curled back and thought it was way onside.
The opposite side defender kept him onside.
Kept him onside. Yeah, that's what I thought live, and then I didn't. Then when I saw the replay, I went, "Oh no, he's way off." And then they showed the opposite side defender that can't put him on. Smith on. Our shot leader. So somehow, 3 windows now closed. No more subs to come in.
You saw that. We've had no shots this half.
Yeah.
None.
Smith working his butt off. Well, I don't like that foul. That was the same reason why you had a non-call earlier with Hyam. That was just an unfortunate collision that happens when 2 guys go up. If anything, Knight was put himself at risk with his angled adventure into the tackle. I don't doubt that he's injured, but it's certainly not.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah, he's acting.
Who are we?
Yeah, the over-the-top writhing is the key.
Free kick taken, headed back. Sam Smith not able to get it after a little push in the back, and Kabore goes and collects it, smashes it off of a defender, and it's going to go out for a corner. No, it's not, as Murphy beats Kabore to the ground, and free kick called. That's probably fair, because was that Murphy or Bowen got a little overzealous with the tackle on Kabore?
Kabore has 7 keeper saves today. That's what someone asked. How many saves by Kabore? By AO? 7.
Manage the game, Parky. Please. Throw in for us, midfield stripe. You know what? There's still magic here. Let's be bastions of positivity once again and find something for a smash and grab, and we can go home being the worst club that Portsmouth has seen, but still with 3 points.
They'd be one of the first ones to be right on that.
Fair. Kabore with it. Clueworth says, why don't I take this and throw it in? Kabore says, oh, yes. So Clueworth is going to have it. Is he looking for a long throw? Does he have that in his repertoire? Because he's looking deep. He's tempted. Thrown towards the line. Flicked on forward. Oh, Matty James couldn't get there. Dobson's going to get an opportunity. Headed towards the area. Here, we're going to get a throw in this time from 5 yards out. Find a thing. Dobson, cross, looking, middle of the pitch, too heavy, nobody there, put up in the air. Matty James is in a battle, 18-yard box. It comes free. Kakache with it, stabs it, right-footed, deflected away. That was Knight with falling to be able to clear that one, and got a good thump on it, to be fair, as we go all the way to the midfield stripe to be able to get that one out. I'm so glad that we always play down to our competition. Had it out. Sam Smith not able to get to it. Offside. All right. Yes, but we didn't lose points, so that means I still have to wear the damn thing. I just, to be honest, I did go down during the half to see if it was available, but it got rained on, and it's still sitting in the corner with a bunch of other stuff, and yeah, it's dry now, but it stinks.
We've been wasting time since the first half.
Toque time hasn't worked. But I'll put it on. I don't do a damn thing. All of my superstition with the Jays games, I was living the whole thing, and they didn't find one. But anyway, here we go. Pompey with it. They turn it over. Dobson's got it. And here's me calling this goal all the way from the back line as Dobson gets it up to Kabore. Kabore dancing around his man. Gets stabbed in. Clears the back to Dobson. Dobson, nice little pass. Broadhead, halfway line. He's got some freedom. Cuts towards the middle. He's got support in the middle. He decides not to take it. Going to keep him for himself. Dobson in his pocket. Broadhead says, I'm going to carry this the whole way. Kabore now. 18, 19, 20 yards out. He's dancing on his man towards the goal. Cross blocked, and it's going to go for a corner. 3 minutes of added time, so we've got 2.5 left, and we've got, what are the corners in this one? Is it like something ridiculous, like 14-4 or something? Oh, they're looking at a handball on Max Clueworth. He's literally got the ball. You can't give it to him. It's an awkward position. He has it down in his hands anyway. Not even close to being considered. And Matty James is going to serve out a right-footed outswinger from the right-hand side. Yellow, Scar created a foul, but not called, and it's going to be headed, and that'll be a goal kick. Scar got away with one. That was a mean left-footed shove of the defender to get free for everybody as they busted out of their little conglomerated package in the middle of the box. Burshik taking his time. 22. Zach Swanson with it, right-hand side, lifts it, and Dan Scarr clears it, well cleared. Broadhead not able to get it. Matty James does and thumps it forward, trying to get it to Sam Smith to go and chase onto it. No luck there. It comes the other way, and it's settled down, and it's going to be Zach Swanson again, right-hand side, playing catch, draws it back. Wrong guys with the ball towards the end of the game, and they're going to maintain it with a throw in here. 22 yards out, 1 minute left. Come on here, guys. We're going to go for a long throw, are we? Marlon Pack. Long throw, headed away. Still collected 25 yards out, and it's going to be Murphy dancing. Dobson on him, and Matty James grabs it. We'll get a free kick there, and a yellow card given out to Murphy. 20 seconds. Get up and go. Last chance. Let's go. Move the fucking ball. Ogonko is going to take it and thump it towards the box, and we're going to see what happens on the Hail Mary bomb, right-footed, going to the left post. And did he just clear everybody? And it's pulling down anyway. Well, 0-0. We get a point. Fuck me. We don't know who Wrexham is. I don't know how you can turn in a performance like you had against Coventry after that piss poor one against Cardiff City, and then go out and deliver one that's, to be fair, not as bad as Cardiff City, not as bad as Southampton, but just begged for a change in personnel, begged for some in-game management, begged for something different than what was happening, and we got nothing. We got rinse and repeat of the same. Brendan, why don't you sum up that one?
I'm trying to find appropriate words to use without us getting banned from YouTube. That was just awful. Mostly with Kabori and the coaching, just the absolute refusal to switch it up. We looked like shit early. This was the exact same thing as Stoke. When a team's going to press you like Stoke did, and you have no answer to that, you have no way to defend that, and apparently you can't identify that and then go to an alternative method after that. Like, we didn't. Like, we looked like ass, and then obviously whatever he said at halftime made zero difference. If anything, we got worse. The fact that he won't sub out Kabori, there's no reason. You could have brought anybody out. Put Thomas in there. It doesn't matter. Just get him off the pitch. He was horrible.
Not anybody. I would have been worse than him.
But whoever you had on the bench, you had to have a warm body that would have done a better job, and he wouldn't sub him. No excuse. None. Parkey lost us games at the beginning of the year because the momentum was with the other team. Our guys were tired. He wouldn't sub. He wouldn't break up momentum by having a sub, just to get a little break, to get his team refocused. Nope. And we lost 3 games that way. And this was
a draw.
As much a Parkey
lost 2 points. Yeah.
Parkey's fault for us not winning as it is Kabori.
Well, and it may not have changed things up, but at least you've asked the question and you've made the efforts, right? Unlike the other game, like I go back to Southampton, I go back to Stoke City, where there was an obvious rise from the other side and an obvious fall from us. So it doesn't even necessarily have to be a sub, but tell somebody to end up hitting the deck and rolling around to try and get a change, right? Like, cause an incident and eat a yellow card on the bench so that you end up forcing things to settle down and calm and just change the dynamic, change the narrative of the match a little bit. because we see the same thing we saw the same thing for 45 minutes. We watched the same thing for 45 minutes. And if you were to say after 1 minute, there's going to be nothing that happens in this, what's going to be the outcome, we would have known. We would have known that we were destined to a 0-0 draw or worse. Certainly not better. Shots on goal, 18-8. Shots on target, 7-3. Corners, 10-3. Touches in the box, 28-7. And how do you get there? 12 interceptions to our 6, 13 tackles to our 9. They put the pressure on. Do they have an unforced error box that's in the statistics? That would be fascinating to see. Ogonkwo gets man of the match. I mean, he makes 7 saves, right? 4 big chances, all 4 chances missed. A game that begged again for something to happen, and it doesn't happen. Frustrating. And I guess the book is out. If you are any manager in the championship or when the FA Cup starts and you're facing Wrexham, you want to win, you press, because we don't have an answer.
How can you not? We could have beat Stoke if we had an answer, and you'd think maybe you'd come up with something in your playbook to address that. Nope. Apparently not.
Yeah, I'm just reading this from Steven. It says flash, and I don't know if he means like somebody actually showed some boobie, or he got a green laser to the eye, or whether that's just a joke. But O'Brien should have scored. They had 7 shots on target. They had more than enough opportunity. Some desperate stops by Dan Scar. I'm thinking of predominantly the one on who was that? That was the one that missed on, was it Bishop? No, it was Murphy that shot out to the left. You go to the second half here and you just look at 11 shots to 5, 6 shots on target to 1, big chances 4-1. Our passing at 72% accurate passing. The game asked for something. The game asked for anything, for something.
Yeah.
And to change the momentum, whether that's taking time out for it to and having to tie your shoe or take a fall and a tumble or commit a yellow card on the bench, so that you can try and get a delay, whether that's subs to pull out the obvious problems that were there today. And that's, again, not on Kabore long term. He still think he has the ceiling, but the young kid was having himself a nasty one. You yank him. Going through the rest of the...
Barney has never had a game that bad.
No, never. And I put Longman ahead of Barney, but I would have screamed thankfully to get Barney back into it. And Barney earned it.
Like 2 or 3 goals this year. Thanks to him.
But Barney earned it from the Cardiff City. He was the only guy with a pulse during the Cardiff match. So why doesn't LOB O'Brien work on his finishing in practice? I'm sure he does. Some people just don't have it. They get on the schneid, and it is what it is. It was a joke. Yeah. Hold on. Kabore was a 9. Wait, did that say what I think it said? I want to go to FOTMob and just...
No, he was 6 something, 6'2", 6'3", I don't know.
Go down to the FOTMob. I'm not on the stats page, so I can't do it.
Issa Kabore, 6'6".
6'6". And so you compare that with everybody on the pitch, and he's tied for most useless on the team with Sheaf, O'Brien, and Kakache and Windes. So nothing exceptional there. 8 was their best player with Murphy, which I find maybe no, that's fair. Murphy had Kabore sort of in the blender for much of the game, and Burshik had an 8.5 equal to Ogonkwo. It's frustrating because you had such an amazing performance against Cov. And yeah, that's the high water mark, and you're not expected to see it every game. And I don't really question a lot of the effort. It just became the comfort and the familiarity of, oh, we're being pressed, so our option is to shell. And we can't crack out of the shell. And Cardiff did that to us. Stoke did that to us. Pompey's done that to us. And if just every game, this is what we're going to see. So, no, I'm with you. I thought Sheaf played better than Kabore, if you're questioning me with that one. I guess we wrap this one up and we settle down for – so a couple things before we go. Like buttons down below. Make sure the algorithm knows that we're there. Give it a bang before you go. If you've just been watching this and you're joining us late, the subscribe button is always a wonderful thing just to let us know and let you know when we're coming back at you again. The details are there. Charlton at home. Hopefully there's some fire in the belly. And we see what happens when Charlton presses us, because if I was Charlton, that's what I'm doing out of the gate. And then we've got the Butte Energy Welsh Cup starts on Sunday with Deandra and Brendan. That's 6 Pacific, 10 Eastern, 2 p.m. in the UK kickoff. So join us for all of those ones. Brendan, as we go through the discussion, their previous match, they beat County 3-2, so they should have used the same method today. But Cov didn't really press us. They were happy to just counterattack and wait for us to come and press us through the midfield. They played a similar sort of style, I would say, Amos. If you're on board with me, then they weren't really actively pressing. They were certainly willing to search for opportunities and counterattack when they occurred. But in any event, let me know your thoughts on that. They're very different from the team that has 3, 4, or 5 players up pressing hard on our back 3 and 2 sort of guarding the middle. And for whatever reason, we haven't been able to find a way to break it down. And that certainly was the situation here. And it doesn't help that you've completely deficient on at least one of the wings. And I would say we were with Kabore's side. In just the little things too, the back passes as an outlet to go to Matty James or to Sheaf or to Dobson, whoever was playing on that side, 2 feet, 3 feet backwards. So you're killing the play forward, or you just end up kicking it out of bounds. And he did that on like 3 occasions where he's looking to pass it up the wing and he just kicks it out of bounds. He had the giveaway clearance. I don't fucking get it, because that's possession away, that's opportunity taken away, and you don't know if we end up being able to carry that down, butterfly effect, free up things a little bit, change the momentum, get a couple of opportunities, and it was a killer today. It was a killer.
He could have scored at the end of the game, and you could have told me, would you like a guaranteed 1 goal a game and for him to play like that the rest of the time? I'd say absolutely not.
Yeah,
he gave too many good opportunities, and he gave away I don't even know how many possessions and absolutely ruined the flow.
But are you with me that he still gets a start the next game, with the caveat that if he's off, he comes off at half?
No, I wouldn't be starting him. He should have been out this game, and he should have been thinking about, his effort. I don't think his effort was there, and there was something effing wrong. Like, maybe if you took him out, then yes, but he needs to suffer some sort of, penalty for this. Like, it needs to be made clear that was not acceptable. That can't happen again.
Does Kabore? Oh, I'm making a poll here. Does Kabore start against Charlton? Just give me a second here.
What does it say to the rest of the team if you let him play worse than any Wrexham player has played in years, and you just let him go back out there again? You're going to lose the whole room. Like, who's going to pay? Yeah, there's no penalty for it, or Parky plays favorites. Like, why do I have to try when he can put in that effort? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
They sat Doyle, didn't they?
Yeah.
Why does Kabore get it? That Doyle's performance wasn't. You have to times it by 3 to get to Kabore's today.
Yeah. So the poll is start Kabore next, or I guess next game. So on Saturday against Charlton, and I put not at all. I said give him a first half and see as an option. I've said give him a day off or a bench option, and then the last one is sit him for a while. And so we'll put that out there, and you guys can have your say. Like button down below, subscribe button if you haven't hit it. Let that one roll with the poll, and I'm curious to see. We'll give it 2 5 minutes just for that to kick through, and then we'll have to sign out. and I've got lots of work to do as the email keeps popping up on my screen as we go through it. We have average players who can't get the job done. Interesting from Daniel. I think they're waiting for full recovery. We have average players. That would be sad if we paid that much money and we were average. But Murphy did outclass Kabore 100%. But it's not just, I mean, that happened. I can't remember who the other winger was that we were watching a little while ago. And I was like, that's maybe the best winger that we've seen. I think he still is. I should probably know this.
There was a really good matchup against another player. Who was that?
But you get beat, and that's fine. And what I expect though is you're still not going to be making the obvious mistakes that put us backwards. And that's, like, to me, consistent backwards passes that stop the flow of a counterattack when you're a counterattacking team is a death knell. Kicking the ball out of bounds and giving the possession away when you're trying to advance the ball forward on an attack is a death nail. Bad touches, and he's had two of them. One of them he lost across the goal line. Unacceptable. Bad clearance where he puts it on the foot of another player so that they can have. Unacceptable. And that's the part that just screamed and begged for something to happen. And your option, and I would if in normal circumstances, other than this last week, I would put Longman in over Barney. But because Barney worked his butt off in the Cardiff game, he goes in. He goes in because of his effort. You give him the opportunity, and you say to him, "You got 35 minutes. Go and assert yourself on the season." And I'm frustrated that Parky didn't do that.
Yeah, people think so. SMP is saying we're too slow of a team to sit Kabore. Does anyone remember who Barney is? I don't know that Kabore is faster than Barney or without the ball.
No, I think post to post he is with the ball. I think they probably the same if in running a straight line. I think Kabore's got
it's
more
certainly not
jitterbug in him.
Not a noticeable drop off.
But here's the difference. I go into a sprint against Usain Bolt, who's not putting in any effort. I got an outside chance to beat him. I'm not competing with him speed when he's running at full capacity, but you chop a leg off of the man, I might beat him. Kabore just he was off today. He was really off today. And I'm not saying that no professional football player should have an off day. He had an off day. I still think he has it. I'm in the give him a day off or a bench option camp. But the problem that I have is when you can see a player is having an off day, you respond accordingly. And it should have been him. And I would have taken Chief off earlier and bringing in somebody else. I would have considered Broadhead coming into the midfield to run with O'Brien. So that would have been taking either Sheaf off or Matty James and putting him even further back to get some creativity and some possession of the ball in the midfield. I would have tried something to change the dynamic, and we did nothing. Now, the good news is we got a point on the road. If you run with that rhetoric that 1 point away and 3 points at home is enough to get you to where you want to be, then that's a positive outcome today. But who wants to see Shaun race Bolt on Usain Bolt on stream? Yeah. What's his handicap? Would be entertaining. And what muscle do I pull first? So I mean, it seems to be fairly much consensus. And look, if people want on Discord. You're like, I don't agree with you, Shaun, but I didn't want to say anything in the chat because it seems to be a message. I don't want anyone to think that they can't express their opinions, but I'm happy to chat offline. Tell me that I'm wrong on this one because it would be amazing to end up hearing that. Look, I'm going to wrap up and go to work. Brendan, did you have any parting thoughts?
I'm just going to keep all my negativity to myself, and hopefully by Saturday I'll be in a better mood.
There you go.
I know 3 points Saturday will make me in a better mood. That's for sure.
Well, and that's the shitty thing is we had the opportunity to move up to 11th on the table, and instead we move up to 14th. At least we didn't go backwards. Is that where we're at? Yeah,
15 maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, we had the chance to sit just below Ipswich Town, tied on points, but ahead on, we would have been ahead of Derby County if we would have got points. So it would have been 11th. We sit at 14th, not the worst, but we would have been 3 points out of a playoff spot. And just that's a different discussion. And why are we not there?
Coaching.
And not. And I'm not a Parky out guy. I'm a Parky pull your head out of your ass guy. He's got all of the tools and all of the capacity. The problem is in-game management, you're sitting there watching the same fucking game that everybody else is, and you've got capable, hungry options off the bench. And if Barney didn't earn a look during the league from his efforts against Cardiff City, especially when you've got a player in his position who's having a bad day, then he's never going to get a look. And if I'm Barney, I'm going home absolutely frustrated today. That I could sit there and he saw the same game that we did. He saw that the guy's struggling. He's looking there saying, I've got options. You know what? Get my head in this. I'm going to get a chance. Chomping at the bit, ready to go. And you never get tapped. Fuck me. In-game management. Personnel management, firing people up for the purposes of the documentary, retaining and building a squad that fits with your model. The strategy I'm okay with, but for the love of God, Parky, read the room, man. That's my take for the 90 minutes. We'll see you guys on Saturday. Charlton at home, and then the day after. Hope everybody has a good one. Discord's available. I didn't put the link out. Well, I have to include that. I'll put it into repost it as a post so people can have it because I've got to do some work. Thank you all. Thank you, Tyrant. Thank you, Steve, for the multiple donations. And Dave put in a couple. I saw that. Much appreciation. Ciao, Bella. And we'll see you guys on Saturday. Bye.